Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the episode on the Dark Rooms podcast. I'm Psychic, and I'm here with Arcadendo, Inky, Ozone, and Underscore. Back again, finally, 9 months later.
Yeah.
9 months later.
How long's it been?
Actually,
wait,
no, it's been 10 months now. Oh my gosh.
It's been 10
You could have had a
months.
baby.
That's crazy.
Time flies, doesn't it?
So,
It does.
fun fact.
Yeah, imagine that's the reason. Like it's been like 9 to 10 months. There's just a child
Yeah,
in the room.
in
Like
the
imagine.
flesh.
I've been pregnant. In the flesh. Oh my gosh.
It's actually really funny because I remember like a week after we uploaded the Nexi episode, I got in a relationship with my girlfriend, and now like we just celebrated 10 months together. So it's literally been 10 months.
I'm just saying. I'm not gonna throw out any statements, but FNaF podcast going offline and getting into a relationship. I'm seeing there might be some correlation. I don't know.
Hopefully not.
Yes.
Considering we're coming back for another episode.
No, put your hand up if you got a girlfriend after the Dark Rooms podcast ended.
my hand is
My hand
five.
is up.
Hey, what about a boyfriend?
That counts.
Of
just a
Amanda?
relationship, I guess.
Yeah. That's
What about a
good.
friend?
Anyway,
What about a child?
So how
Anyone?
are we?
I'm doing great.
I'm doing great. I mean,
Amazing.
we were recording this on August 10th, so 2 days after the anniversary event finished.
That was a hectic week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a
It's so
crazy
It was interesting. I
Ups
liked
and
it.
downs.
ups and downs. Yeah,
The
definitely.
main down was the Mario Kart game.
I haven't seen any
funny.
footage of that.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Inky. You innocent boy.
I've had an interesting week. I got my wisdom teeth out on Tuesday, so my face has been in pain a lot of the week. So I haven't been around for much.
Congratulations.
But-
Lost your wisdom.
Well, if you knew the state of the teeth, then you would know that I'm a lot better off. One of them did not show up, and one of them came in sideways, looking at the camera like a Freddy Fazbear. Like,
yikes.
I mean, it's been a crazy week for me. I mean, a week ago I was like I was at 903 subs, and now I'm at 994. So,
Insanely
Crazy.
wild.
and by
Alright.
the time this episode
Crazy.
could go up, I could be at 1,000, which was the goal, which is crazy. But we'll
Guys,
see.
everyone watching, get this guy to 1,000, please.
I think it'll probably happen before this episode.
Oh,
actually goes up.
absolutely.
Like, that's just crazy to even say.
That'd be a good thing to do on the anniversary.
Yeah. But yeah, so welcome back to the Dark Rooms podcast. Episode 72. We're gonna be talking about the FNaF anniversary.
Yeah,
I'm
and
gonna
all
go
the
through-
things it entailed. FNaF week.
Also, just to kind of get ahead of any comments, this doesn't mean Dark Rooms is like back. We're thinking about, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure we're thinking about maybe doing episodes every once in a while for like special things, like
Big specials.
big specials.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until,
However, I do feel if this were to be the last episode, we want to make it one that we would be like satisfied ending on.
right, exactly.
Just so like we're not making any promises, but we're here for like at least one last big celebration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happiest day.
Happiest
A
day.
happiest day, if you will.
But I mean, like, I think
Happiest day podcast.
Happiest day podcast.
no. Like, also, like,
It's all come full circle.
oh my gosh, no way. I think if we ever did do like any future podcasts in the future, it wouldn't be Dark Rooms, but I am down to do like something in the future. So,
I like podcasts in general.
yeah.
So I like
maybe
listening to
us three.
podcasts. I like talking to
Mhm.
people I enjoy talking with. So
Like,
you might see me again. Who knows?
and you might see me again. Who knows? Well,
I mean, a while
Might
ago.
see any of
I was-
us. Who knows?
Yeah. I was
No.
thinking a while ago of doing like a podcast where like I talked to many like FNaF guests, like YouTubers and stuff like that. Just kind
That
of
would be sick.
catch up, get to know them and stuff. I don't know, something chill like that.
but anyway, let's stop. I don't know I lost the word. Wasting time, I guess, and I guess
I believe the technical term is called is yapping. Let's stop yapping.
yapping. Yeah. So I guess we should probably start with the first day. So on August 1st, we got the release of the FNaF Fanverse game My Pop Goes.
I
So-
did catch a little bit of that on your stream.
Yes. So
That seems neat.
how many people? How many
I don't know
people
what that
here
is.
did play My Pop Goes?
I did not.
Me neither.
I didn't play it, but I've seen some content, and it's pretty.
I don't know what it is.
Okay.
I haven't played any of them unless you count the book.
Okay, so I guess I'm the one who played this one.
Yeah.
So basically,
You're our
oh,
what do they call it? Feet on the
Expert?
ground. Yeah, feet on the ground. You're our feet on the ground reporter.
Basically, My Pop Goes is a it's a fanverse game set in the Pop Goes universe where you play as like this kid who has this like Tamagotchi kind of game contraption where you have to take care of a little Pop Ghost and try not to let him die of either hunger, thirst, or boredom, which I can honestly relate to. And there are mini games and there are extra modes that gets you lore about Pop Ghosts. And it was pretty fun.
Which I thought it was really funny that in like the extras menu or whatever, it had like little journal entries marked with big red like canon.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
this is
yeah,
the movie
Yeah,
to pay
I
attention to.
really appreciated that.
Honestly, like yeah, that's
I
really
just thought it was funny.
FNaF would never.
FNaF could never.
Exactly.
But I mean, yeah, it was a pretty fun game. I like the mini games, even if some of them were annoying. And even if I had a glitch where none of the completion counted for mini games, so I had to redo them all over again.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
awful.
Wow.
Yeah, and like honestly, like for the endless mode, I have no idea how you're supposed to do that because like I suck at that game mode. I'm so garbage at it. Like,
You do realize
Uh-oh. Connection. You good, Ozone?
You good?
Wonder what he was saying.
He was killed. He was silenced.
He probably was trying to say something like there's like a method because it's basically the same thing every single time. Like, but I don't know the thing. You do realize it's endless.
Is the endless? Oh.
Okay, so for endless mode, basically there's days 1 through 5, which progressively get harder, and then there's endless mode, which is day 5 difficulty but endless. But you get like special lore diary entries at like 7 or like 6:45, 7:15, 8 o'clock. So like you have to go past the normal like 6 p.m., which is what the game normally stops at, which is why it's so difficult because like the longer it goes on, the harder it gets. That's why it's so like difficult. But overall, I think it's a pretty good game. It's only like $4 for a whole game plus like a bunch of mini games. Like I'd say definitely pick it up if you're interested. Although I will say, Pop Goes Arcade is more peak.
They are reworking the 2 tough mini games from My Pop Goes that people had trouble with. I think he said.
I had trouble with all of them, but yeah. So yeah, that's pretty fun.
do you remember when like the original one came out?
The like demo of My Pop Goes.
Yeah, I think it was a demo. By the way, can you hear me? I might.
Yeah, I can hear you.
It took me a second to register. I was like, wait, he's alive!
I never played it.
But yeah, I played the demo and I really enjoyed it. I just enjoy the mechanics of the game. I guess like you have to make pizzas for later on when you want to eat and like stuff like that. Like it's really,
Life
it's really well put
simulator.
together.
Do not
And it's really
die.
cute
You
as
must
well.
be stimulated. You must eat. You are constantly dying.
Yeah.
So does that mean that
I'm
Pop
not-
Goes has ADHD because he can just straight up die of boredom? He's not stimulated enough. He just dies.
I think this is canon. I think this should
You did
have
say
been.
you relate.
Yeah, I think this should be one of those journal entries
Yeah,
with the big red canon seal.
Yeah, Pop Goes has ADHD. Make it canon, Kane Carter. Canon, Kane Carter. That's fun to say.
Canon, King Canon.
Anyway, any other thoughts on My Pop Goes as the first entry in the FNaF anniversary event?
From what I saw, it was a funny little Mr. Game & Watch type shenanigan.
Yeah.
So that was neat.
It was okay. It was okay from what I have seen.
I think that team is doing things right. I think I haven't played the original Pop Goes or like any of that like those like official like FNaF fan game kind of things, but I think the spin-offs are really fun, and like especially Pop Goes Arcade. I really enjoyed playing through that.
Oh, Pop Goes Arcade is awesome. I can't wait to play the updated version when they release that.
They're just really nice, like, things to pad out. Like, and when you put it like that, usually it's a negative thing, but they're just a nice way to fill out, I guess, the FNaF catalog.
Yeah.
Of like, this is, technically an official game, because, it's fanverse, it's a licensed spin-off. But like, it's not, if you're not into it, it's not an important thing that you need to go out of your way to play, but it's neat. You can have fun with it.
Yeah, considering we know the next mainline FNaF game's coming out. It's coming out sometime in 2025, so it's like it's good to have other stuff to look forward to in the meantime. So we're not just like
stuff to tide us over.
Because like you guys remember like the security breach era. That time felt so long because like we were going so. It felt like we were going.
I mean, that's when season 1 of the podcast was. We had a lot to talk about, but like.
But it was the books. The books.
Yeah, it was the books. Yeah.
Man, those early days of Fazbear Frights are so like nostalgic for me now. It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
Which we'll talk more about new games and Fazbear Frights later. But for now, any final thoughts before we move on to day 2? Oh, new message. So secondly, on day 2, we got the release of the demo of the Fazbear Fanverse game, the Joy Creation demo.
How was that? I didn't see any of it.
I played this. I played this one.
I played this one live. My stream, it actually didn't act as bad as other games, but it still was not the best. I3 moments, if you know, you know. But it was. I think it's really fun. I think it's really promising. It's scary. It's really good.
Yeah, the visuals are amazing on that game.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Oh yeah.
It's so freaky. The static that comes with like Foxy, it's just crazy design. I don't know how he did it.
So basically in this game, you play as, quote, the creator, and you're in this office, and basically
are you having a joy of creation?
Whoa! No. Oh my gosh! No way!
There's no joy. There's no joy to be had.
There's no joy in this game.
So I've only played. I only got to 4 a.m. So someone can.
You haven't beat it.
I didn't beat it. Yeah, I couldn't do it on stream.
Sad.
Did you beat it underscore?
I did beat it. Yeah.
Then why don't you?
It took about 2.5 hours.
Then why don't you give a description on what it is?
A summary, a little recap.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is you, the creator, just trying to fend off against the, Core 4 animatronics. It is obviously a lot like the old level from the original, but revamped. I never played the original. I like this one a lot. Maybe I like it a lot more because I've actually played it. But I feel like the office being it's a little tinier. It feels a lot more safe than that big open office from the previous one. But yeah, you're gonna flash Freddy 12 times to complete the game, but in between there, use the cameras and make sure you don't look at Bonnie, find all the cupcakes to get Chica, and get Foxy on cams. Which is all really balanced well. All while finding fuses in the drawers and making sure the power stays on for your flashlight, the room, and you can now fix cameras, which you couldn't do in the original one if Bonnie destroys them.
Yeah, so I remember when I was playing, I didn't know you could open like the drawers. I only thought you could open up the lockers. So I was like, there are no fuses! What is this? I can't win! I'm gonna die! And then like I find there's like 10 more hiding spots I could look in.
I kept dying to Chica because I did not know there was a locker in the back left corner behind the desk. I did not find that locker for a while.
I didn't even encounter Chica. I didn't get that far.
Oh, that's so sad. That's so sad.
I think it's really funny because like my game like kept crashing after I died, so I never got the hints on how to deal with the animatronics on stream.
Oh my gosh, you were playing on hard mode.
That's a very important part, is that it just kind of throws you in and you are actually supposed to die to learn how the game works. Because you just wake back up at the desk.
Yeah, I cannot wait for this game to be released. Like I watched like the Joy Creation like when like I watched all the classic playthroughs of it when it was like a new thing on the scene, like the old story mode fan game. I loved it. I thought it was.
I saw the story mode one. I never saw like the original.
Well, story mode's peak. It's better anyway. So
What's the
original's
lore behind the
stuff.
game? Like who's the creator? What is his job?
Well, it
Probably.
used to be Scott.
yeah, it used to legitimately just be Scott.
I think the point is they are distancing from that. That is not like the goal anymore.
It's really weird because I feel like just in general, like when it comes to like stories, it's gotten like less acceptable to use real life people and like real life situations and characters, which makes sense. But like I remember like it was like a big deal just a few days ago because the official 10th anniversary were posted in Matt Pet's first FNaF theory, which was an interesting choice.
Yikes.
That was an
You could have
interesting
used
choice.
one of the FNAF 2 ones or 3 ones, but
Yeah.
no, you had to pick that one.
That
Or even,
was
like,
that
his most
was
popular
one.
of the FNAF 4 one.
Probably, yeah. I don't know. He posted a lot of videos that were just like
Yeah.
nostalgic.
Yeah, I just think it's like interesting how like it's just like a difference in like internet culture.
Yeah.
Yeah. At this point, I do want to add, before we go too much further, just to add a little bit of context for why I'm gonna be like, oh, I have not touched that. Oh, I didn't see that. That is because, and if you don't know me personally, you wouldn't know this. I kind of, I guess it's the closest I've ever. I guess it's the most officially I've ever like walked away, quote unquote, from the series. I watched the movie, I was like, that was pretty good. And I was, pretty dissatisfied with the books, kind of mixed on the games. So I was like, I'll just call it there. I don't need to like worry about theories or like talk about the games or where the story's going, what could be better. Like, I'm just gonna call it there. So this week has kind of been like throwing me back in the deep end. So that's why I'm gonna be like very much like, okay, catch me up on this because I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know
they'll
exactly
look
what
for
you
a
mean,
while.
because that's exactly what I did as well. I have not been keeping up with FNAF at all.
There we go. We have like a good mix of people who are consistently keeping up, and people who've kind of drifted away a bit.
So
Yeah.
Inky, just out of curiosity, do you think like after this week you're gonna be like keeping an eye on FNAF a bit more again, or are you still?
I think I'll be like, I'll at least. We'll see. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna watch the second movie when it drops.
Mhm.
That's gonna be fun. When I muster up the cash for it, I want to try Into the Pit. It looked neat.
Oh, it's peak.
We'll get there. You absolutely should.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that one a shot. I think I'll enjoy that.
Should I just gift it to Inky?
I wouldn't
Maybe.
mind, but you should not feel pressured to at all.
No, let's get to it later.
Yeah,
We'll
do
we'll
that
talk
later.
about-
Into the Pit, like we'll talk about this later, but it is such a good game. It is such a good game.
And
Yeah.
with the Scott Cawthon interview talking about maybe Fetch being next from Mega Cat, that sounds even more fun as someone who enjoys Fetch more than Into the Pit.
Oh,
Oh, really?
Oh, that's
What
right.
about In the Flesh?
Yeah. What about?
That's my
we
favorite story.
we did it in the Flesh game.
Just imagine the pixel art for that game. Anyway,
I don't want to. I really do not want to.
Wow, that's so much
you know what?
talent.
Steel Wool should make that.
Yeah.
All right. Any other thoughts on Joy of Creation?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It sounds like there's significantly less joy in the creation, and I don't know how to feel about that.
Okay. Anyway, I don't know how to respond to that.
Okay, I guess the joke did not land.
You literally just, like my brain just got like stun locked. I was like, well, I mean,
I was just met with dead silence. I was like, "Well, dang." I mean, I'm not saying you didn't have a fun time making it. I was like,
I'm pretty sure it's like irony, like because like it's like a common thing, like oh, creation is like joy, but like,
yeah. No, I get it. I just think.
And then it's also just playing on that freaking old FNAF 1 thing with the Yogi.
With the
oh
statics.
wait, really?
Oh, you don't know this? Are you
that's
kidding me?
That's the entire theming of the name of the fan
The
game.
FNAF 1 Night 5 phone call is just a weird reversed excerpt from the biography of a Yogi. It's something like that.
I
Autobiography of a
and-
Yogi.
And that exact little quote has the joy of creation as a sentence in that quote.
Yeah, man.
That is where the name
That's
comes
so
from.
cool. What?
Dude, it's
Really?
been 10 years.
It's been 10 years, man.
It's been 10
Come on.
years. Anyway, we're gonna move on to the next thing. So on day 3, we got interactive novel number 0, VIP.
What a funny little thing.
What a funny little thing. So
I love this is where I can speak the most on it, because I was there for your stream and we did like voices for the characters and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what
All
it
of
is.
it.
I love choose your own adventure books. I grew up reading them. They're so fun. And just
Yeah.
throwing the FNaF universe into that,
It's so
I'm so
awesome.
excited. I dropped off of Tales. I have the hot take, me with my hot takes. I'm back. Tales was a lot worse than Frights. I said it.
You're insane.
Really?
You're
I think-
insane.
I think the quality dropped off so fast, and I don't think. I think like Tales 1 and Tales 4 had the highest highs, and the rest just never really stacked up to Frights for me.
After
You're
I
telling
think
me that you
after Tales
prefer-
5, I fell off. I still haven't read book 8
So you're
Neither
telling me that you prefer Fazgu over the Mimic.
because
Yeah.
Ozone never did audiobooks.
No, hold on. I had a gut reaction sleeper agent moment. No, the Mimic is more interesting than Fazio. I'm not that insane.
So here's what I think. I think individually there are a lot of stories in Tales that are just way better than Frights. Way better quality, way better stories, just like amazing for lore purposes as well.
Yeah.
But I'd say as a series, Phasma Frights is way better because everything is like interconnected. The Stitch Wraith goes and sees all these different stories, and we see like the
And
perspective of Larson. Like
where I started to fall off, I kind of almost disagree.
really,
I agree with what you're saying, but for
He's
different
trying to
reasons.
give you credit.
So where I started to have problems with Tales was when things like, boom, here's a story called The Mimic, here's the one with like Fazbear Frights executives, here's this and that, and the storyteller and all this. Everything started feeling like it was just a small part of a bigger story, rather than being focused on making sure that each individual story was able to stand on its own feet as a story. Which is where I think Frights really excelled. Everything felt like self-contained but connected, and Tales just felt like, here's your lore drop as part of the larger narrative that you don't know yet. And that's where it started to
Shade.
lose me.
Yeah, that's fair, actually.
I actually really agree with that, Inky. I think like Frights worked so well. I also just feel like Frights worked so well because it felt a lot like older. Like when I think like Frights, I think of like the more like older style FNAF. Like, like yes, it still had like some sci-fi stuff, but like it was a lot of like haunted, creepy things, and then like in Tales, it was a lot of like it was
The Mimic!
yeah, like but like I just think like a lot of the stories in like Tales from Peace felt like, oh, it's another AI type story, it's another like possession type story. It's like I don't know.
Which, Frights had those same tropes that it started to reuse, but yeah, like they had and it sounds like, in our opinion, a bit more interesting tropes than Tales had.
I think like it's just like I just prefer like in the books like how Frights did it with like the I guess like it just feels kind of like an older style, it feels like, and I thought that was good, like in timeline wise, like it felt like older stuff in the timeline than the newer stuff, because like I don't know, like once like I didn't really like how like once like the Mimic got released, it was like, oh, everything's a Mimic. There's the storyteller. There's this.
That's why I think that's why my knee-jerk reaction to like Fazgu or Mimic, I accidentally said Fazgu, is because I think the Mimic got like really oversaturated, and then I thought about it for a split second and went, wait, Fazgu has nothing but the memes, and the Mimic is at its core an interesting character.
Right.
So that I did that double take.
I think if I were to have like if I were to go and like write Tales from the beginning, I would say like have like these individual stories be their self-contained stories, but stuff that happens in it that's seen by like robots gets transferred to the AI program or the Mimic program, and it learns from that and then like emulates that. Like I feel like that'd be a good way to connect it. Like so like let's say I don't know. some mechanophobia. Let's say the mimic tried to drown someone.
Peak story, by the way.
Yeah, like that's like so some mechanophobia is good. Like let's say like that's connected to the mimic because the mimic somehow got that data. Like oh, drowning people is a good thing to do or something. Or just stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the first half of Tales is the mimic watching a bunch of like true crime news and YouTube videos.
No, but I do find myself wanting to revisit Frights more than Tales, and I think that's why it's But
I think the mimic is such an interesting character. It has such a tragic backstory, and I think I want to say I'm really interested for the mystery announcement.
Yes.
That we're going to talk about in a bit.
Yes.
We'll get onto it later.
I'm sure we will, yeah. I think, it's good for the podcast to have, like, that sort of Tales wrap-up and everything, but maybe we should start talking about VIP now, because that's where
we haven't actually talked about the story yet.
If we ever do another episode, it's just be like the downfall of the books, where we talk about the last, like, 2 books of Tales.
Actually, we do not...
Being, like, a therapy session was, like, nice for the character, but, like, why did we need that as a story? That was so
We do not talk about Monster. Let's just forget that one.
Okay, so VIP.
VIP is a good ender for Tales, even if it's not part of Tales. It's a good ender for Tales either way.
VIP was so funny.
Yeah, so I read this one live, and I'm going to read all the other ones live, so if you like that, you should totally subscribe. But in all seriousness, like, I had so much fun with VIP. Like, doing, like, silly voices and, like, trying to, like, get the good ending.
Mm-hmm. I do, I'm sure if you've played it at all, read it, it's, with an interactive novel, it's, like, the gray area between those two. If you've read it or played it at all, there is a glaring issue that kind of takes all the stakes away.
Yeah.
But...
yeah.
For what it is, especially as a proof of concept. Very enjoyable, very fun.
And that's why I think it is so easy, because it is a proof of like, I'm pretty sure...
Right.
I don't remember, I think it was in the interview, which we'll talk about later, but I think Daco said he's already read the one coming out in like a few weeks.
The week before.
The week before, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it'll be, like, this was book 0, so I would hope that the next ones are more involved, because, like, at the end of the day, there were only like a few choices, and like a lot of choices just were like, oh, you go down this way, you're gonna go down this way anyway. It's kind of like well,
I do like that in small doses with choose your own adventure books, because at the end of the day, you're not having fun if you can control everything about your surroundings,
right?
Because then like it's just a sandbox rather than a narrative. But there were quite a few things where it's like, oh well, I mean, like. Sort of the illusion of choice, like, no, you're getting put here.
Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure the thing that takes away all the stakes, unless you guess correctly and peak all the minigames, you just, like, beat them all first try, you're gonna end up there, and it's gonna make the challenge go away instantly.
Yeah.
Like, and I guess it's there for, like, the secret ending that we got. I think you were there for
that. I didn't hear that. Yeah, I had to go partway through.
Yeah, there's a secret ending if you get 100,000 points.
Oh God,
interesting.
Which you need to use the thing for.
Well, yeah, of course. I'd imagine that's perfect scores on the digital one or something.
No,
yeah, because it like doubles points
twice to get 100 times points for everything.
Oh, okay.
That is really cheatable. That's funny.
Yeah,
I know the book is super cheatable. That's its only issue. The book is very cheatable.
Talking about VIP.
Yeah, because we spent a long time talking about Tales.
100,000 points.
Do you think I actually listened to the rules when I read this book?
I mean,
did you read it page by page chronologically?
That would be chaotic evil. That would be awful.
No. On stream, we did it like after we like saw like most of the endings, we just went to the place. We're like, oh, do you have 100,000 points? Yes, we do.
Maybe we do. Totally.
Like if it said if you haven't gone to Monty's, and I was like, I totally haven't gone to Monty's before.
Who's Monty? I don't know who that is.
Monty?
What are you talking about?
Who's Monty?
Who's Monty? I don't know that guy.
Crap like that, but actually
You're just
playing
stuck
it
in a
still.
time loop.
Do you know how stupid it is to first try get the good brother ending and just go home and
Yeah.
nothing bad happens?
Yeah.
We were like, we just don't want this kid to die. Okay, like,
Yeah, seriously.
It's so funny.
motivating us to be terrible people is, that's very bad.
That was the first
Love
ending
that.
we got. I don't think
Same.
I don't think I actually saw the ending where you fail.
Really, I was gonna ask about that because again, I left.
No, but there is
I
the
think
one where
I think I left after. I saw the good brother ending, and I saw the one where like you kind of like the vanilla, just you win against VIP. He's like, "Thanks for spending the day with me. Here's your brother back unharmed."
Did you see the one where you don't promise to stay with him all day?
I told you the two that I saw. That's it.
Is it the one where you don't promise to stay with him? He says, "Hey, I'll take you on a VIP tour," and then you go to the back room and
The back rooms.
He locks
And
you
you're
in
there.
and you
Okay.
die. Yeah.
when I was reading that, I think that ending was broken. Whatever PDF I had, and I think a lot of people had, did not have a link to go to that page. Where it should have been. So the book needed a bug fix.
Yeah.
That's really funny. We were talking about that on stream because someone mentioned that in chat, and we were like, "How does a book have bugs?"
It just didn't have the link for some reason. I don't know.
But overall, what do we think of what do we think of VIP and like the idea of a FNaF interactive novel?
Those are two very different things.
Okay, then talk about both of them.
Okay.
Love the concept, and I think VIP is really fun and funny for what it is. But it's not top quality yet. It's a good proof of concept.
Yeah.
It had a lot of cool things that a lot of stories before it have never done. You have never seen a FNaF doesn't usually do actual child corpses. That was crazy.
Oh shoot!
True.
Really? Okay. Also, I think my judgment of it also comes from only having those two endings. I think
You
maybe
don't
if I
know everything.
I don't know
Inky,
everything.
it's
That is I need
free.
to disclaimer that.
It's
I haven't read
free.
it yet.
No, it's free. I'm lazy. I have ADHD.
You haven't even read it yet.
True.
Dang it.
I haven't
I
read
did.
it. I don't care if I get spoilers though, so if you want to.
I mean, I'll experience it either way.
It actually did child murder,
Yeah.
which is not something FNaF likes to do usually. So
Well,
That's
I mean,
insane.
the books have always been a bit more free to play around with that.
Yeah.
Murder. Good.
Arcade.
I mean, we remember what happened in Pizza Kid, even if it was a hallucination nightmare thing. That ooh.
So, Arcade, do you have any thoughts on this?
Not really. I didn't. I mean, I didn't really read it much. I just was told about it a bit, but sounds cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I'd like
still
to
need
see
to
some more
my
in the
audio
future.
book.
Because I
Yeah.
remember
Hey Ozone, if you need voices for that audiobook, I had a
Yeah,
blast
yeah.
on Psychic Stream.
Me too.
We should do a book reading podcast.
Yeah.
I-
Good,
Oh my
we should.
gosh.
I-
for copyright violation or something.
You,
Nah,
you
it's gonna be transformative. It'd be transformative. We'll be fine.
Yeah.
dude, you probably saw it after I think I dipped from the podcast. I did a few audiobooks. I did the Twisted ones, and I
Oh,
did
yeah.
Didophobia. If anyone wants a Didophobia audiobook, that thing was
I might
amazing.
genuinely check that out because
Yeah.
Ozone never did one.
Custom
Yeah.
graphics, custom map, a lot of
Yeah.
cool stuff. Okay.
I
Underscore saw a gap in the market.
Ozone. I don't think Ozone posted the audiobooks for book 7 and 8, so I read the summaries for 7, and I haven't read 8.
But what I was getting to is,
Tales, that is.
I-
Tales.
I think the perfect way you do an interactive audiobook is it is just like something like In Space with Markiplier, where the first episode
Yeah.
of that audiobook is like 5 minutes
No,
because
I
at
did
the
that.
end of it you will click. You what?
I did that for the preview of the book, and it just
Oh.
it takes a while to put together. So I'm gonna do that for the full book.
I think that
but
would be
it's
so
gonna take so long.
fun, dude. That'd be so fun
Yeah.
to work on.
I just
Hey,
streamed
we
it,
could- hey,
and, like,
group-
let
group
chat hang
project?
around.
Group project sounds. Hey, if you need any help with that, group project. We have a
It's
lot
gonna
of.
make more chaos.
Yeah.
We each take a route.
I just mean for like voices and stuff. I'm.
Right. I just think
Anyway.
in general it'd be fun to do more videos with you guys because I miss doing that.
Yeah, I think once I'm actually done reading VIP, maybe we can talk about what actually
Yeah,
happens in the
and,
story and
like-
stuff. Do a video.
Yeah.
I'd be so down.
Yeah.
I should also read the rest of VIP. Because thinking about it, I got, like, the funny and charming, like, you know, FNaF humor part of it, but I never really got to see any of, like, the sinister stuff.
Yeah, there is some
there's some
sinister stuff in there, Inky.
It gets
That's
crazy.
because you're a good boy.
Oh, am I? Okay, cool,
Well, I was
good to
one making
know.
the choices, but
Good
Well,
innocent
we
boy.
logicked it together.
yeah, we logicked it.
We had fun.
Oh, yeah, okay. Whatever.
But yeah,
I love this podcast so far. We had Pop Goes, which not many of us have played. We had T-Jock, which not many of us have played. VIP, which not many of us have played.
Jesus
Well,
Christ,
I
you
think
we
guys
should
got
go
out
to
of
the next
FNaF.
thing.
well, 3 of us have read it, and Ozone, you've read the preview, so
Yeah.
all right.
This is like our reunion episode. It's gonna be
Yeah.
natural for us to be kind of getting back into the swing of things, and
Yeah.
we're talking about the 10th anniversary. That's something
We're
that
having
happened that we've experienced regardless of playing individual things.
So I guess any final thoughts on VIP before we move on to day 4?
I can't wait to hold a physical Choose Your Own Adventure book in my hand again, and it'd be
Yes.
FNaF and like flipping the
Ooh, yeah.
pages.
I'm
I
pretty-
cannot
Yeah.
wait.
I'm pretty sure Scott
I've always-
said even
I've always
like
loved
this
physical.
one. I'm pretty sure Scott said even VIP will be in a physical box release when he does that.
Say,
That'll be
Yeah,
cool.
you did say that, yeah.
Quick question. How long is the book? Would you say?
Not long.
VIP
No,
is
it's-
shorter
it's-
than most books.
yeah, it's a proof of concept. It's like, you know, it's a.
I think about
free-release, it's a book zero.
120 pages when most books are about 200 or so. 240.
Yeah, so in terms of like Fast for Frights and Tales from the Peachplex, they obviously had like 3 stories and an epilogue. Like,
yeah.
what percentage of that do you think?
I think it probably has about the length of like one story actually, because like a
Nah.
lot of
Oh, really?
the, yeah.
No, it's probably a little longer than one story.
Well, a lot of the
right?
pages are like very small pages.
That's
Alright.
true.
Like on stream, like when like half the pages were just like blank.
All right.
Blank.
Blank, yeah.
Well,
Well, I guess they did put a little.
It's
little
more so-
art in. They put the
it's
art
like-
stuff.
I think when Psychic says blank, he
Here,
means
hold on.
like you have like it's like reactionary, and then you get to choose another path from there. Like
Yeah.
like a whole 2 pages will be dedicated to like you wandering around Monty Maze, and that's like per decision. So like you go right, then you get like another page describing a little bit further of where you go, and then you are
Window
offered
noise
another
moment.
choice.
Like here's like one of the first pages. Like you can see like half the page is just white.
Oh, that's
Yep.
just how it's formatted in the Kindle app.
Yeah, but like there are like there's like maybe like at most 3 pages per choice, but with most
Yeah,
of them, like
okay.
2. So
Yeah. All right. Anyway, I need to get on the audiobook thing, so
Yeah.
I'll do that soon.
Right.
All right, so
But yeah.
I guess we'll
Day
move on
4.
to day 4. This was a
That
Scott
was one of
Cawthon
my
interview.
favorite days.
That
That was amazing.
That was fun.
That was fun. So
It was definitely my favorite interview of
Yeah.
the 2.
Yeah.
yeah, a lot better.
I think the highlight for me
Really
was when he talked
satisfying.
about security breach and how what he had in mind was really different to what actually happened. So
I
it's like-
completely agree. It was like
Yeah.
it was like a it's I feel a little like, oh, maybe I'm like overselling it a little, but it felt like a healing experience as a FNaF fan. to
Yeah,
hear him
yeah,
talk
yeah,
about
exactly.
that. Like,
Yeah.
it's
I was
like
like,
it
oh my
is-
gosh, he's not trying to backpedal on like PR statements of like, oh well, we worked really hard on it. Like he was upfront. He was like, it wasn't how anyone wanted it to turn out. Not me, not
Yeah,
Steel
exactly.
Wool. It was a big communication error. Wasn't received super well. Had a lot of problems.
Can
and-
we just talk about?
When
It's
he said Vanny was like underutilized and had so much more potential, I
Yeah.
was like, oh my gosh, he's just like all of us.
He's one of us.
He's one of
He's
us.
shown that he's learned, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Considering like what
I
he
think
was
it's
talking
like
about, like in the
he-
first interview.
he gave Steel Wool the pieces, but not how to assemble them.
Yeah.
Exactly, and
And they had
he
to
owns up to
figure
that,
it
and he
out.
takes the blame, and he's gonna go be doing it different going forward, and that's so exciting.
I
And it
He
was-
gave the he gave the pieces to Steel and was like, put this back together.
I think it's such a Scott move to just be like you can tell he's very protective over the story. Like
Yep.
he's literally like here, you're gonna work on my game. I'm not gonna give you all the information, but I'm gonna give you the pieces and just hope that you put it together the way I hope it is in my head. Which
It's actually kind of funny.
I
Oh, it's
get
absolutely
that.
funny.
Oh yeah, it's
You
really
know,
funny.
It's like you give someone like a Lego car set, but no instructions, and then they make a helicopter.
And it's like your Lego car set is like super freaking important to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's your child, so you don't
It's
want
like
to
a game
like.
of Chinese whispers.
Yeah, it's telephone. Yeah, it basically
yeah,
turned into a game
telephone.
of telephone.
He kissed him. He missed him. She missed her.
I missed my shot.
Yeah.
Hamilton.
I am not throwing away my shot.
It just turns into Hamilton. Yeah, that's where it goes. Anyway. That section, talking about that section of the interview, especially, and also like the part where he talks about like the upcoming novels and the upcoming games that he was at liberty to talk about, it made me want to start tuning back into FNaF again. And I'm sure if Scott were to hear that, he would be very happy and satisfied with how that interview went then, because like
You were
got
kind
me-
of out of FNaF.
I was out. I was gone. I was basically I was done. I was gonna loosely pay attention to it, on a surface level, but for all intents and purposes, I was like, I'm okay with where I'm at. It was nice. I've kind of moved on, but like that interview made me be like, okay, that does sound interesting. I might tune back into that. So it was a very, very
We win.
fulfilling and satisfying interview
We
to
win
watch.
these.
Yeah.
It was a great interview. I feel like he was a lot more like open to like the problems of the series, and he knows about how he's like learning and go about fixing them. Also just talking about like some just
The
like
box.
awesome stuff like the
Oh yeah, we're gonna get to the box.
and the box. Oh, the box.
We gotta,
Oh my
we gotta
gosh.
dedicate a whole little section to the box, I think, because that was super interesting and really showed us
Yeah.
a lot about how Scott makes the story, which was
It
super
kind of gave me
interesting.
closure in a way.
Yeah, it was just it's funny to admit, but it was such a healing interview as a fan. It was a healing experience for all of us. So do we want to tackle the box now?
Yeah, let's
Sure.
tackle the box. Let's talk about it.
Okay, I'll rip the band-aid off. Scott doesn't know what's in the box.
Yeah.
Which is probably the
To
best
an
ending,
extent.
honestly. If
Best
he doesn't
ending,
know,
nobody knows
it
what's in the
really
box.
doesn't matter at this point.
Exactly.
I was
It's
able
redundant.
to. I mean, I'm not gonna try and be like, yes, I'm the Scott connoisseur. I understand his psychology. I was able. He explained himself enough that I'm like I'm on the same page as him with what he was trying to convey. So I think it was very valuable in learning how he writes as a
Yeah.
creative person, how he will have ideas and not even he will know necessarily where he wants to take them, but he's laying down the blocks, or as he put it, he's setting up the roads for later, and then sometimes,
You just don't walk down them.
oftentimes, the roads end up going different places for a multitude of reasons. Not necessarily just like a change of mood or anything, but like some things inevitably don't lead to anything because the plan changed.
Especially with FNAF 4, because that one was, he's talked about it was too much interpretation to where it wasn't
Yeah.
satisfying. The box probably, we did not go down that road, because we went down the sister location road to fix things, and the box is not part of that plan.
Exactly.
It's really interesting. Like, I think this was a really good interview. Like part of me was like, I feel like Doc got close to some really good questions, but he never asked them. Like when he was talking about the books, and, and he did.
Maybe
Yeah.
he did ask them. Maybe it's off the record. Maybe Scott pulled him aside and said, "Now listen here, buddy."
I feel like after this week, the whole book game debate is gonna get a lot worse. But
See, I haven't even
Well-
paid attention to that. It slipped my mind completely.
It's going to get better in one way, and it's going to get worse in a few. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. Some other stuff we'll talk about. How Scott agreed with us on what the best Fast Food Fights book was.
Yeah,
call,
that
right?
was so funny.
Yeah,
And
amazing.
the fact that a lot of the stories are from personal experience, which is
that's crazy.
really
That's-
cool.
that's the
And
best part.
also, oh my gosh, Scott, are you okay? Like,
And like how he just comes up with stories on the fly. Like, what was he
Guys,
thinking?
imagine In the Flesh was based on his real experience.
It was. He did say that.
I also love how he like publicly
He
decried
clarified.
In the Flash. He was like, sometimes I have ideas like, oh my gosh, that's gonna be so creepy.
Yeah,
it
and he
does
was
not
like, I
land.
swear it wasn't based on Matt Pat. Sometimes I ran out of names.
It was so
so
funny.
funny.
That was awesome.
It was so funny, yeah. But I really like the Bunnycool thing. Bunnycool was based off a real life experience.
Yeah,
What?
no, right? And like the fact that it's Panda Call and just does not even involve a panda, and it's just a bunch of killer clowns showing up to his door, and he goes, "Guys, not, never mind, not this time."
He did feel guilt on that night. He was like, "Oh no, it's gonna wake up my family. What have I done?"
He described it was so cinematic and hilarious. Like I saw
Exactly.
my sleeping wife and children, and I thought, "What have I done?" It was so funny.
Really good.
Blackbird being his sleep paralysis demon was
That-
crazy.
Oh my god.
That was what I was thinking. I couldn't. It was on the tip of my tongue. That's
somehow
what I meant when I
checks
was
out.
like, oh yeah, that's what I meant when I was like, Scott, are you okay? Like,
Dude,
Man's
Blackbird
been
is
reading too much
evil.
Edgar Allan Poe.
He's like, we can safely say, like, sure, like that is something real that Scott experienced. So in a way, Blackbird is real.
it's
Like it's a
I
real
guess
thing that happened.
I guess if you look back on it, it's very reminiscent of how like his old Bonnie nightmares. It just
Exactly,
nowadays
yeah.
for some reason he has Blackbird, which if you look at that thing, you tell me it doesn't just look like someone's sleep paralysis demon,
Absolutely,
but
it
you never
makes
would
so
have been
much
able to
sense.
pin that it's Scott's.
And
It makes like
in
in
the,
retrospect, it's so much sense.
in the
Like,
Blackbird
that's
story,
that's a
there's
sleep
even
paralysis
this-
demon.
In the Blackbird story, there's even a scene where the main character is like in his bed and the Blackbird's on top of him and he can't move.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
literally sleep paralysis is in the story.
Scott himself probably just hand wrote that section right there.
Yeah,
'Cause he
I
just
wouldn't.
had
I
that.
wouldn't be. Also, his process on what he gives to the authors was
Yes.
really interesting. How he gives an outline,
Yeah.
and so
He
it's not just
writes,
like,
like,
here's a
uh,
concept.
the rest
Here's
is
like the points I want to
Yeah.
like touch on,
It does
He
make
writes
so
the
much
story,
sense in
and they
retrospect.
pad it out.
and it really not that it was ever necessarily up for debate, but it really like solidifies that like Scott Cawthon's name as one of the authors on each of those stories. It checks out. It feels valid, like because he puts a lot more into it than I think any of us necessarily expected. It's not like we doubted he was involved, but like
Yeah.
having a full outline and like where he wants everything to go, and just having the authors be like the mouthpiece of like actually writing it out was super interesting.
So I just had an idea. We'll probably talk about it like, a bit later, but like, just saying, like, it seems like the FNaF books seem to like kind of like parallel where like the series currently is, and in the future we seem to be getting stuff from like very early days of FNaF books or like FNaF timeline. So imagine we get a series of FNaF books that take place like before like even like FNaF 1 and like FNaF 4, like before those like
I
old
would
stuff.
I would be extremely surprised if we did not see Fredbear's show up at some point.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm honestly surprised it hasn't happened already. Like I took like a 10-month break.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got the
We saw the
posters.
Fredbear's.
The Secure Breach posters are pretty good, but I mean,
Yeah.
maybe there's just teasing something like that coming.
Maybe the secret of the Mimic is that he's just a really big like Fredbear's Family Diner fan.
Yeah.
I
There were things that were before Fredbear's anyway, so
right. Yeah.
assumingly.
I know it's a pipe dream, but I would love like another like Fazbear Frights, but like with like old FNAF, like old like
Speaking of which,
60s and 70s.
Speaking of which, on the topic of adaptations and stuff, Daco asked Scott about a Fazbear Frights like Goosebumps style
Yes!
story, which we've been talking about for years. That's
We've talked
something
about
that-
that for years.
So long, yeah.
And to hear that Scott's like so enthusiastic about that, and like with us being enthusiastic about it, it's like, oh my gosh, yeah, that'd be so cool. When you hear Scott say that, it's like, well, he has the power to actually make that happen. So,
Oh, like the film series you're talking about?
like a
TV
show
series.
or like a TV
Yeah.
series of like Fazbear Frights.
That would be
Like that would be
if that
insane.
ever comes out, we have to
That would be
watch it
pretty
together.
Oh,
Oh,
he did
absolutely.
talk about not oversaturating things, right? That's why he said
yes.
not wanting to do it.
Well, I don't think he ever said he doesn't want to do it, but he said
Yeah.
he'd be like hesitant about it. Like it's a cool idea, but what I got from that is that he wants to, like, pace things out
Yeah,
and
But
like
he's
wait for
open
the
to
times
it.
to be right.
even
because,
2030 when like we're running out of stuff, so it's time to do that one.
Okay, guys, we just released FNaF 18.
57 for real this time.
Oh my gosh, if we ever actually get 57 FNaF games, they really just gotta do Freddy in space.
I mean, if like it would definitely be like there would at least be an Easter egg if we get to FNaF 57. Like there's got to be like a space themed mini game or whatever.
Freddy Fazbear is in space.
Yes, he is.
It's just gonna be Freddy in space. I don't know, you're crazy.
Yeah. Of course. I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm
Gonna be the plot of Inception.
Now,
Freddy
Freddy Fazbear going into a black hole.
speaking of games, let's talk about Funky Tom.
Oh my gosh.
What?
No,
What?
before we do that, we
What
actually
is
skipped a
Funky
day.
Tom?
No, we're not skipping a day.
Okay.
Day 5.
I'll
We
be
talk
patient.
about Dead by Daylight in FNaF.
Oh yes,
Ooh,
Mystery announcement.
everything was lining up for it to be Fortnite, and I think that was so funny, and I really
What
wanted it
mystery
to be
announcement was-
Fortnite, but
Funky Tom.
Yeah,
Never mind, I got
I'm
my basement
confused.
stuff.
There is no mimic on this list.
You know, I just realized that, and now I'm really confused what I met. I'm confused what I mixed
So
up.
we were thinking different things for mystery amounts.
Yeah.
Wait, where is the Steel announcement? Look, you got those first 4, which those I'll check out. Where is the?
It was
I think
day
it's
6.
made on the
It was
same
day
day as
6.
Funky
You just
Yeah,
I
skipped
did
it.
not hear any of that. What?
It's
Wait,
on day
wasn't
6.
we used to be so good at not talking over each other. How far we've fallen.
What happened? What was on the same day as what?
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna post a new one.
wasn't the Secret of the Mimic announced on the same day as something else?
No,
I feel like it
no.
was. No, it
was the day
definitely
after.
was. No, because I remember Psychic pulled me into a stream before something and said we have to react to this, and I was like, what?
I was
And I
playing.
know I remember it wasn't what I was there for initially.
I was playing Joy Creation late. That was Joy Creation day. I was just streaming that late.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, I'm
anyways.
confused about the timeline again.
Ah, frick.
It is FNaF.
So anyway, Dead by Daylight and FNaF and Dead by Daylight is crazy.
It is awesome to finally see it happen.
It's gonna be Springtrap.
I remember we did actually talk about this on the podcast at one point.
It's been talked about for years. People have been wanting
Yeah.
it.
I mean, FNaF is older than Dead by Daylight, so it's been like ever since it's been a thing.
I don't play Dead by Daylight, so I must admit, I was hoping that it was Fortnite and that I would be able to run around as Freddy Fazbear dropping at Tilted Towers. But this is the better timeline, I acknowledge.
And actually, going back to the Scott interview, he did say he didn't want to collab with things that like tarnished the franchise. So I think Dead by Daylight does actually kind of fit
He
in
wants to
quite
make
well
sure
with it.
collaborations fit with the image
Yeah,
of FNaF.
looking back,
and you know,
Fortnite.
yeah, Fortnite would probably not be the best fit, but it would be so funny.
It'd be kind of peak, to be honest.
Dude, the wait for the announcement was, honest to God, probably funner than the actual announcement.
Oh my god!
There was a lot, and I know Ozone was here for this. There was a live event going on in frickin' Just React's like chat. You were there, right?
Yeah, I was donating.
I did too, dude. It was awesome.
Actually, every YouTuber came in and donated at one point. It was
You
so
had to be.
funny.
Me
It
and
was
my
'cause that
friend
was-
saw like the friggin' Cloak collab and went, "Oh my gosh, this is awful." They're just doing
That was
another.
the real collab.
Like we genuinely got faked out. Like we were like, "That's it." Seriously.
Dude, Scott was popping up in people's chats. That's why everyone
That's
flocked
insane.
to Just React, because he was the first person that Scott appeared in chat for, or at least the biggest one.
Mhm.
And it was just insane. Oh my gosh.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
And then even when Dead by Daylight dropped, people were still like, "Is it real or is it Dead by Daylight?"
Are you
Kinda like,
sure?
so
Everybody
many
was
companies at that
posting-
point.
Everybody was posting like, "Oh, it's me! Oh, it's me! Oh, it's me!"
It's me. That's funny.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I did post
What,
that
like,
one.
whose idea was it for like all these like other companies to be like, yeah, let's also announce our collabs on this day, just to mess with them?
It's such an engagement generator.
It really
It's,
was.
it's free money, dude.
That is
Crazy.
probably why they did that. Yeah. Is this the one? Is this
So
the one?
funny.
You must pay attention to me too, because I might be the one.
It was-
Fun day.
Yeah. Any other thoughts?
Who here has actually played Dead by Daylight?
I have not.
I have not.
I have friends who do though. I have friends who are really
I
into it,
don't
and they were
think
popping
any
off.
of us have ever played Dead by Daylight.
Wow.
Listen, the news might not have been for us, but it was nice nonetheless.
I'll admit, I did want Fortnite more. The problem is Dead by Daylight stretched out. Dead by Daylight stretched out so long, and at some point, I think people have told me that the Dead by Daylight people made a statement saying we're not really interested in FNaF. That people did just.
Like
People
it,
did just
it was
give
a
up.
ship that had sailed, so it kind of came out of nowhere. That was how I was when Ridley got into Smash Bros. I was so hype, and then I was like, "It's not happening." And then he came in, and I was like in shock.
Yeah, people gave up on FNaF, and that's why they wanted Fortnite. And maybe Scott, seeing how much people wanted Fortnite during this, other than Dead by Daylight, would finally tell him maybe that's a good idea.
Maybe we're coping underscore, but I like the way you think.
I need Spring Bonnie Fortnite Pro.
Freddy Battle Defense. Okay.
Oh, no.
Do we have
Should we go
anything
on to the
more
next thing?
to the Steel Wool announcement? Are we?
Funky Tom.
Yeah, it's Steel Wool announcement time.
What is Funky Tom? Who
So
are
we're here
you?
with Funky Tom.
I was
does that
sitting. I was sitting in Deadpool and Wolverine when this dropped. This was really bad timing.
Oh no!
Okay, so
I don't know what that
basically,
sound I
at the
just
end of
made
the
was.
trailer- At the end, so there was a trailer, you know, where the clown guy came out. That's Funky Tom.
Yeah.
Oh, is that him?
in the
That's
box?
We're
Funky
not
Tom.
saying that's like a carnival puppet or the mimic's jester
No,
disguise. That's Funky
the
Tom.
nickname is
No, that's
Funky
Funky
Tom.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I don't
Noted.
know.
Fan-made nickname Funky Tom.
Funky Tom. Gotcha. I'm caught up. I'm part of the fan base again. Thank you guys.
But no, with all seriousness, what do we think that is? I was thinking it's the jester costume.
I gave both my main thoughts.
But it
See,
doesn't
I knew
look
it was
like it.
Funky Tom.
It has similarities to Ennard. It has similarities to the Jester, and it obviously to the puppet.
Yeah.
I think it is either carnival puppet in the same vein that we got like the balloon animatronics in those Funko Pops or something, or and if it is carnival puppet, maybe Ennard is like carnival puppet or something. If he's not Coils the clown, which I think he should be, but whatever. So I think
People
it's
need to
either.
stop saying it's Coils, dude.
I know the character encyclopedia debunked it. I don't care. It was a good idea. But I think it's either carnival puppet or the jester costume.
So I think you're right about Carnival Puppet because the music playing in the
Mhm.
trailer is
It's
My
like-
Grandfather's Clock, which is the same
Yeah.
as the puppet in FNaF.
It's probably not
the
the
trailer. The trailer itself points toward it being carnival puppet, but the title and theming of the game makes me think it could be the jester.
Also, I don't know if other people saw this, but I think the first frame of the video looks like the puppet. I'm going to bring it up. And you
Oh,
might
yeah, I
laugh.
saw that, I
You
saw
might laugh.
I'll be honest. I don't think it's the jester costume because do you remember back when the first security breach trailer released, and then they had the moon, and then everyone was like, "Oh my god, guys, it's the Stitch Wraith."
That's so no. I'd never see that. That's crazy.
I don't think I saw
People
any of
said
that. That's
Moon
really
was Stitch
funny.
Wraith.
Though.
I remember that
That's
so clearly.
awful, dude.
Yeah.
You think this frame looks like the puppet?
That looks like the puppet to me.
I think it looks like a circus tent.
I think it looks like a shape that you unambiguously try
That
to
is
associate
the
to something.
puppet.
I-
That's the
I-
puppet, bro.
I mean,
That's
I do-
two
I
tear
do-
streaks.
Or those are rings on like a circus floor.
I think it's literally shadows.
Yeah, we have no. There's
It is-
no reference point. We
It
cannot
is
make a judgment
carpet texture.
on. it is
It's the
something.
floor. It's the floor. They did that on purpose. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah,
I do think we're looking at the floor right now. Yeah,
I am clearly being vetoed
I
on
do
this,
agree.
but
We are looking
Oh.
at the floor.
The floor is so cool.
It's like what's it from?
Oh, that
I
is
said
just
The
the floor.
Shining.
What are you talking about?
The Shining.
I said The Shining. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It does look, yeah.
But then how does that's not like typical carnival though? Isn't that weird? Like, that's more like hotel
Yeah.
kind of crap.
That does look like, I mean, Shining, obviously. It does look like a hotel. It looks... I don't
It's
know.
very reminiscent of The Shining.
You
It's
don't
like,
get
how-
that
how
kind of
could this-
carpet at a
Yeah.
carnival for some reason.
I feel like you could get it at an arcade. That I feel that's possible. Like if we're connecting it to FNAF, because like
A
obviously
really
FNAF doesn't
old
have
arcade.
hotels, so it's like how do we fit this in with what we know? And if it hasn't
actually,
fit into anything, I feel like it would be an arcade.
we're going to Fazplex Towers circa 1970.
of course, Fazplex
Now
Towers
that's
with the
a
Bobby
hotel.
Dots.
I'm thinking it's just house carpets.
Yeah, I think it's a scarf.
Just in the carnival puppet's just in someone's garage, like
Edwin's house.
Edwin's house. Let's go. Edwin Murray, and we have Edwin Murray like walk up to like Henry Emily and shake his hand and say, "Hello, Henry Emily,
Oh my
person
God.
I am not."
Do you know how many people I've had to explain the Mimic story to after this dropped? Because they'd never read it and were like, okay,
Yo,
now I
really?
need to know what's going on.
But that happens in the 70s, does it not?
The Mimic
No.
stories, let's say 1978, and this game is
I think it was-
1979.
Yeah, I think it was implied more that Edwin was working in the 70s for...
A lot of people are thinking that
Story.
Edwin's going to be in this game or related to this game. I'm pretty sure he's not going to be, because he's going to beat the crap out of the Stitch Wraith, Fazbear's going to collect it, and then it's going to show up at whatever circus crap they
Edwin's-
have.
Wait,
He's gonna be MIA.
wait, stop. Why is Edwin connected to
Right.
Stitch Wraith?
What?
No,
Stitch Wraith.
did I say Stitch Wraith?
You said Stitch Wraith.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
slip of the
mimic as
tongue.
well. I didn't.
No,
So
that is a hot
fine.
take.
Beat the crap out of the Stitch Wraith, and yeah.
You said it again.
Yeah, that one on purpose. He's
Okay.
gonna beat the Mimic up, and then he's just gonna go
Secret of
MIA.
the
He's not
Stitch
gonna
Wraith.
be in this game.
Wait, why does Secret of the Stitch Wraith sound amazing?
It's okay. I said this during my reaction to the trailer. So Psychic, you'll remember this. Really cool that they're making a game. Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic is such a lame title in my opinion.
Yeah, it's not the best. It should
It's-
at least be Secrets
it's
of
not-
the Mimic.
Usually,
not,
the naming
like-
conventions have double meaning.
Yeah, but like but this one feels like it doesn't. It just
no,
feels
yes,
like
exactly.
hey, this is about the Mimic, guys. It feels
Five
very
Nights at
one note.
Freddy's Mimic location.
Yeah, that would have been better. I'm gonna be honest.
Mimic breach.
Mimic location is also awful.
Mimic wanted.
Mimic wanted.
Help a mimic.
It's just the Mimic asking for help. It's like, guys, help me.
Oh my gosh.
Five
That
Nights
is
at
so
Mimic.
funny.
Freddy's Mimic Simulator.
No, I would play.
Okay, that'd
I
be
would
kinda
play.
I would play. Okay, question. Do we think that Secret of the Mimic is gonna be 80 gigabytes buggy and
Yes.
being able to be beaten in 3 minutes?
I
No.
hope not.
I
I,
think
I-
they've changed since then.
I mean, if Ruin is anything to go by, I think it'll be. They seem to be getting better with each release, so that's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay, you know what's going to be cool about this? Cooler than anything that they. Oh, I guess they did do that in Ruin, but this is going to be their first game since Security Breach that is a full. I'm gonna boldly claim 3D free roam. It's not going to
Okay.
be
I,
VR.
mean, I think that sounds fair. As a
And-
progression of what they've been doing.
And it will be the first launch game where Scott's intention of the story is actually clear. Ruin was just a lot of fixing, but this one, we'll see what Scott actually wants to happen.
Yeah.
Exactly, and that's so exciting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, Scott basically up and told us that in the interview because he's like, "I'm gonna just communicate everything clearly going forward,"
I'm gonna
which we
be
can
sure
assume
day
he's
one.
done for this. Yeah,
I will be there day one.
you will be there, front row
Awesome.
tickets. Also, during that interview, related to this, I had a thought occurred to me that just was really funny. Remember how episode 5 of this podcast was about Scott Cawthon retiring?
Was that episode
Yeah.
5? Was that episode 5?
That was
Yeah,
episode 5 of this
Once
podcast.
again, we've come full circle.
And we're here
uses-
3 years later with Scott, like, full force, like, directing everything, and that's so
Yeah.
funny.
He uses the word retired very,
Very
differently
uselessly.
than most people.
He
I'd say-
temporarily retired.
And I don't blame him for this. I hold no ill will or deceptive intent for this. I think he totally just said that to get the heat off him during that shenanigan, and I don't blame him because at the end of the day, we're all adults.
He probably did take a step back. I mean, he is
he did.
He doesn't make his own games unless they're troll games at this point.
Yeah,
so
Twitter can get mad all at once. We're all adults, with civilized opinions. It doesn't matter who he funds campaigns for. He's a good guy. He's demonstrated this.
Yeah. I do think I think if I didn't use Twitter to share stuff and keep up with other creators, I would delete it.
I did delete it, and I'm a happier person. My last Twitter post was a meme about the Fortnite season, and I'm very proud of it.
I'm gonna go repost it right now.
Thank you. Please do. Spread the word.
When I see Ozone's repost, I'll repost.
Good. Everyone.
Okay.
Dr. Doofenshmirtz saying my car has a turret in reference to the new Fortnite season as of May is peak fiction, guys.
That's such a funny tweet.
Any other thoughts?
See, I told you, it's peak. I'm proud of it. Spread the word.
Any other thoughts on Secret of the Mimic?
Not really.
What is his secret?
I don't know. I feel that's a good question.
That's actually a really good question.
Tibble's really kind of laid out everything about the Mimic for us.
Well, if this is right after the Mimic and they fixed him up, got him working as the puppet, what is his secret? My secret is I got beat by my father. I don't think that's a big secret.
Maybe there's something that happened between something carnival. I don't know.
Okay, guys, hear me out.
It caused some big event in the series.
Secret of the Mimic is just us giving therapy to the Mimic.
Guys,
here's my trauma. Can you help me work through it? And we're, yeah, totally, buddy. Just put the arms and head back on.
That was I was just about to make that joke of we're
oh, dang.
But I guess another thing I want to say quickly is in the Scott interview, he said they're even planning another game after this one, which is crazy.
Yeah, Scott's not retired, and it's so funny, and it's so awesome.
Be going for a while.
I am genuinely once I get a stable job and income and money I can spend on FNaF things, I'm probably just back into it. Really.
Let's go!
Theories, I think especially now that we know Scott's mentality and process on how he comes into the story, I'm done theorizing. That's a guarantee. Because I respect the way Scott does it, but I think what he shared in that interview, if you're a theory person, have fun. What he said proves to me it's all pointless. I'm just gonna enjoy the ride.
I will say I have missed Inky joining the FNaF stream, so maybe you'll join a few more.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. But okay, let's move on to day 7. 5 laps at Freddy's.
Oh, this is the low point.
Oh, is it? I haven't heard a lot of opinions on it.
5 laps at Freddy's by Click Team. Who wants to intro about it?
So this is the one that Click Team was solo developing, and the one that had the LOLbit teaser, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
They had a bunch of other projects, but they're either on hold, canned, or scrapped.
Yeah.
And in favor of 5 laps at Freddy's.
And here's what happens.
Okay, I can see the issue.
You enter the game, you get to the title screen, and it genuinely, I'm not even kidding, it looks like Fortnite. The hills in the background are so reminiscent of Fortnite.
It is
This
an
sounds
Unreal
like my
Engine.
kind of game.
It is not Click Team.
So basically what you do is you select a character which has differing levels of class. What does class mean? No idea, doesn't tell you. Then you pick a card. You pick one of 3 cards with some stats that you'll recognize if you played Mario Kart. And then you get to pick one of 3 tracks. So basically, there are 8 racers per game. There's a timer on the top of the screen. Whenever it hits 6 p.m., it goes to the night shift. When it hits 6 a.m., it goes to the day shift. During the night shift, if you have a low battery, you get jump scared by an animatronic chasing you.
Wait, there's jump scares in the racing
There is
game?
one jump scare.
Yes.
What? I thought it was just going to be some goofy, silly little.
You get
racing
jump
game.
scared and it slows you down.
Yeah.
But also, it feels so out of place. I mean,
That's lame.
There are 3 tracks. There is Fazbear Hills from FNaF World, but it's basically just green grassland. There is the Sinkhole, which is like basically just cave level with like the maybe like the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza place sign and like a giant Freddy head, if that, but like nothing else there. Basically just a cave level. And then there's Midnight Motorist level.
Oh, just dropping that out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Cool.
Yes,
Motorist.
that is probably the most topic out there.
You know,
that's
it
the one
has
I'm
it
talking
has
about.
you drive past Juniors, you drive past the Mound. There's
Did
the
we
house
did we
in the
gain
distance.
anything from it?
Underneath the Mound, there's a giant wall of text that says "No secret lore here."
Oh, that's just a little
Yeah.
mean.
That's
and
a
it's,
fun
it is
one.
the
Rude.
same. To be honest, it is the same map as Midnight Motorist. It's really cool.
And
Yeah.
when you're on the on the segment where there's like it's like the actual like Midnight Motorist minigame where like you're driving down the road like with like opposite
I
cars
know what
and
you're
stuff,
about to say.
Yep,
It can randomly crash your game with a fatal error.
that's not what I was gonna say.
Oh, maybe that's just you, Psychic.
No, I've seen it a lot on Twitter.
Oh, okay, cool, gotcha.
Oh, I have another personal favorite issue in the game, and it's not that
No
one.
way!
funnily
Another
enough.
issue.
I love that's I had no context on 5 laps at Freddy's coming into this discussion. I love that how it's progressed is I have another favorite issue with the game.
I thought you were gonna talk about how the house is also on that map. Just you can't go to it.
Oh,
Also,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
floating.
Yeah, you can see the Midnight Motorist house if you go out of bounds.
Also,
Oh.
it's like 15 times bigger than every
I
other
spent
building in
more
the game.
time. I spent more time fly hacking the levels than actually playing them.
That's
Yeah.
that's amazing.
I already figured out fly hacking. Like,
There's an app called Unreal Unlocker you can use to fly hack day one any FNAF game, and that's in Unreal.
oh, cool. But yeah, the
Well,
controls
that's
are
lovely.
interesting controls.
I'm gonna pull up some video footage to find the no lore here real quick and put some screenshots in chat while you talk about it more.
Okay.
There's not much more to
Oh, I
talk
can already do
like,
that.
Oh, you have.
I
you
can
have
talk
some-
about the only experience I had with this game before this conversation.
Oh wait, no, wait. I'm sorry. There's something to talk about first.
Okay, yeah, sure.
The game also gives you no instructions on how to play the game at all. But Click Team
Awesome.
uploaded a YouTube video that does so, but it's nowhere in the game. So
Oh, that's great.
I watched it
can't watch the
afterwards
tutorial.
and learned that I just have like this turbo boost I never used. So
Awesome.
there's that.
Totally cool.
It's
And how does it control Psychic?
it's not the best. Like at some like
I want
like,
details. How does the control?
On Midnight Motorist, there's this one part where I try every single time basically I tried to drift around the corner and I end up just turning around.
yes. That's exactly
Love
it.
that. That's awesome.
Drifting is almost spinning in the opposite direction.
It's so hard to control.
Oh, this looks
No
awesome.
secret lore here.
This looks like Hello Neighbor.
It does look like
It really does.
Oh, this is
I-
awesome.
I like
I'm sure
that there's-
Matt's gonna like this one.
I like that there's
Nice.
3D models and clips of the houses and stuff, but that's all I'll use it for.
That's hilarious.
I know we were talking about Inky's Twitter earlier, but like if you're on Twitter, you I posted something just like a bit ago. I only have 5 more subs till I hit 1,000, which is crazy.
Yo.
Just saying, you should subscribe. A call to action.
Speaking of that tweet again, one last time I promise. I like that aside from like music releases that I've been kind of more active in, that's the most like content creation I've done in a year was making that tweet.
Pretty base.
My favorite issue is the the sinkhole. There is a section,
Yeah.
and I've seen so many people this happen to, where I don't know how you trigger it, but if you drive off this like jump down onto a platform wrong, like this ramp, it will continuously deload you, set you back up onto the top ramp, and you will not be able to continue the race. You are soft locked. I stopped playing the game
Freaking
after
soft
that.
lock you?
You will not be
This
able to
keeps
continue the
getting
race.
better and better.
It, for some reason, thinks you're driving off the map and will reset you, and you cannot finish the race.
And how do you trigger that again? Is that through normal gameplay?
I don't know.
How do you trigger that? How don't you trigger that?
Yeah, that's the better question.
So, it's really funny because like there were multiple times on stream where like I was in first place, and then on lap 5, and then the game crashed and I lost all the progress.
I'd be so mad.
Also, the items, they're okay. You have a cupcake, which is like a mushroom. A rocket, which is like a red shell.
That rocket is directly from FNaF AR, by the way.
Yeah.
The
Freddy Faz gun.
Really lifted assets from FNaF AR?
No way!
You have the
This
Freddy
just
FNaF
keeps
gun.
getting better and better.
The gun is a green shell. You can get exotic butters, which makes like a puddle of butter, and if you get into that, you slip. And then the last one, I'm pretty sure, is a door, which is
a security door that just shuts in your face.
How is a door an item in a racing game?
Good question, Inky. I thought you'd never ask.
So it's like a security door from FNaF, and like it's
of
kind of
course.
like
Totally.
it's like a big banana from Mario Kart, where like you can't like if you run to it, it disappears. But
You just put a door in the middle of the road?
you definitely do.
Oh my gosh, this game sounds so
okay.
good. I love
Here's
it.
my favorite issue with the game. So
My favorite issue with the game is I haven't played it. That's my
my favorite issue is that the AI is so incredibly bad. Psychic, what was it? Like you completed a track in like 2 minutes or something.
Yeah,
and the person who came in last was 20 minutes.
What?
Or
That's
sometimes,
amazing.
And I thought I was bad at the game.
like either the AI will be
Videos
really,
of them just driving into the wall. It's so
either the
funny.
AI will be really, really good or really, really bad.
I had rounds where I was last, so they didn't take 20 minutes, but Jesus Christ.
I'm pretty
Somebody,
sure
one of those AIs was having a rough day.
I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure that was the round where I saw a driver, an AI driver, computer player. Excuse me, whatever. They were like they were like stuck on a wall as I drove past them. They were like driving into the wall because I couldn't just go around it. It was so funny.
This
Okay.
sounds like the best game I've ever heard of.
This is this
Okay.
is definitely one of the lowest tiers for this week's like releases.
I would say the lowest, but
It was
Yeah.
so bad they had to release Peak like an hour afterwards.
yeah.
All right, let's.
I have a game that we want to play.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Podcast
Oh, yeah.
games, those are always fun.
Kiss, Marry, Kill.
Oh no.
Okay, okay.
So
With characters or reveals?
no, you're seeing.
Games.
So 5 laps at Freddy's.
Okay.
FNaF World
Okay.
and FNaF AR.
Oh.
Still 5 laps at Freddy's. I don't really care about it much.
I
Immediately,
immediately
that's
know.
unanimous.
You're keeping
I'm-
FNaF AR.
No, wait, here's the thing.
Yes.
Yes,
I-
obviously.
Okay.
Of course, I'm
Oh,
gonna
wait,
keep
wait,
FNaF AR.
wait, FNaF Air is already dead, though. You can't play it anymore.
No, assume it wasn't. Assume it's like getting a revival.
Okay.
FNaF AR is nostalgic.
A revival. It was never alive.
Okay, you want to hear mine? Because it was instantaneous, I knew.
Okay.
I had
Alright.
an instant as well.
For Kiss, we have 5 laps at Freddy's. It sounds so hilariously bad that, like, one kiss. Never see it
You're
again.
insane.
Never see it again after the one kiss. It just sounds so funny. Alright. Mary, gotta be FNaF World. Love that little guy.
You're
Kill
insane. We're gonna have a problem here.
FNaF AR, we didn't need it. We never needed it.
We're gonna have a problem.
I agree with your answer, Inky.
You're guys are
Awesome.
awful. No. Kill 5 laps at Freddy's.
Mhm.
Kiss FNaF AR and marry FNaF World.
I agree.
Okay, so I guess it's my
Okay.
turn.
Well, it's reasonable enough, I suppose.
No, I think this is gonna shock a lot of my audience.
Oh, really? The psychic scoop.
I'm gonna say
The words very carefully.
kill FNaF AR.
Okay, you didn't choose them very carefully.
We won, Inky.
We
won.
did.
But
The
wait,
tiebreaker. The tiebreaker.
kiss 5 laps and marry FNaF World.
Yeah, same.
Now,
same
listen.
outfits, let's go.
No,
I
all marrying
despise
FNaF
FNaF World.
How
So
Wait,
I'm gonna
you despise
marry it so
FNaF
I
World?
can have so I can always rag on it and always just say how bad it
Oh,
is.
so
and
so it's a caveat that you're going to be an abusive partner to FNaF.
Oh my god!
Wait,
Is that not what is being described?
I'm going to. I mean, like, if I didn't have FNaF World, I wouldn't have like an entire meme that's a big thing on my channel of how I hate FNaF World. So
Fair
I think
enough.
we can't marry FNAF AR because it's like freaking. It's only good as a fling,
First
dude.
of all.
But
it's only
Gotta
good
make
as
FNaF
a
World.
fling.
bad partner decision.
See, that's me with 5 laps at Freddy's.
oh,
FNaF, I think it sucks. 'Cause FNaF AR could have been so good. It could have been so good. Anyway,
Are we talking about FNAF AR on the podcast again?
Like team has some management issues they need to fix.
Hey, it wouldn't be a Dark Rooms episode without some FNaF AR talk.
True. So FNAF
Just
AR,
like
am I
old
right?
times.
It's
Just
okay.
like old times.
All right, should we finally talk about the what was supposed to be the last reveal for the week? Into
Absolutely.
the pit.
So
Guys, I've
it came
just-
out.
do you mind relatively important spoilers for this?
Or Into the Pit, or
Yeah.
Like we're going to spoil the game.
I want to play it.
Okay.
Okay, we can
So-
dance around a few things.
I'd be down.
Let's not talk about endings or.
Here's the
Secrets
thing.
in
Here's I can if we can have a sanctioned spoiler discussion that I can deafen for.
Okay.
Okay.
But I can
Okay.
be like the fresh eyes as someone who's only seen the trailers. Looks really good. I'm seeing a lot of praise.
Oh,
Sell me on the game.
We'll get to see
So-
what you think of it without having played it, and be like, yeah, that's accurate or that's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm the one who knows nothing. Sell me on the game. Tell me about it without like give me your sales pitch for
Okay.
Into the Pit.
Okay.
So let's just start off with it is an absolute love letter to this entire last 10 years of this franchise.
It is
Absolutely.
amazing.
There
it is
are
Fantastic
beautiful.
to hear.
References out the wazoo. Like,
It is the most Easter eggs in any game ever.
and I may or
Wow.
may not have just posted a short about how what's the difference between a reference and evidence for theories. You might want to check that out.
That is
There's
going to be a
some-
tough point.
There is some crazy,
Why made a show about
crazy
it.
stuff in this game as well.
Mhm.
Crazy what?
Crazy things in this game. You'll love it. You
Yeah.
will love it.
Yeah.
So-
Awesome. Good to hear.
One just like even just like in Oswald's room where like nothing happens, there are like many different Easter eggs of things that can just like randomly appear. We won't talk about one of them. I'm sure everyone knows what I'm talking about, except Inky.
Thank you, Deffins.
But one of the thing that can just like randomly happen is just like, the poster of the Godzilla movie can turn to a poster of the Twisted Ones.
Oh, so it's like random chance too?
Yeah,
There's a
random-
lot
gosh,
of
that's
random
awesome.
Like back in the day. Like
Yeah,
I remember
back
like
in the day.
situation Easter eggs.
There's a lot of random chance. There's a lot of waiting ones too.
Yeah.
Ooh, we love a good waiting one.
So basically, Into the Pit, it starts off with you driving to Freddy's or driving to Jeff's, and you
Yeah.
decide to hide in the ball pit, and like you get into it very quickly. Like you can. beat
There
the
are
robot
narrative
and-
differences.
Yeah.
That is good to know because
So-
then it'll get right into the thick of things.
Basically, if
Yeah.
if you're not like looking at all the dialogue, not like exploring a lot, you're just like doing what you can get to your dad being kidnapped in 5 minutes.
Wow, nice.
It is
Which
instead
means
of
there's a lot
doing-
of content after that, right?
Oh yeah.
Instead of doing like a summer of him going to Jeff's and being fine at Freddy's, day one of Freddy's things go bad. That's the difference.
Yeah, and then you have 5 nights to try to find your dad.
Yes.
Fine nights at Freddy's.
You have 5 nights sleeping in the same house as that thing.
Yeah,
And it
Oh.
also like it teaches you all the mechanics of the game
in
by
a
like
really good way.
in disguised. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really well
So
done.
it sounds like okay. This might sound a little out of pocket. It sounds like one of the massive appeals of Into the Pit is that it is a well-designed game.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yes.
Inky,
absolutely.
Actually, having you learn the mechanics in a fun and engaging way and throwing you in and having fun.
it's also scary. There's also some really scary parts.
I saw I saw the announcement trailer like when it was announced. But yesterday I saw the launch trailer, and yeah, it does look scary. I'm excited. I'm so down when I eventually get this game to have a group chat with you guys and like you guys, because like I'm not gonna find these Easter eggs and stuff on my own. I'm sure,
Right.
like some of them, sure. Like so, if you want to like give me like subtle hints, like
Yeah.
kind of like be my little guide,
Okay.
I would be so down for that. That'd be so
Literally,
fun.
There's so many different things you can do in this game. I've like one of the things I've been making shorts on is just like guides on how to do stuff, and
Yes.
it's really funny because like there's like I've had like so many people in chat be like, wait, you can do this, you can do this, like, and you like, there's so much stuff in this game, it's crazy.
No playthrough is the same. You will always find something that no one found their first time, and you will always miss a few things that some people found their first time as well.
Interesting.
There's
Yeah,
so
like
much
how we
to
missed
do.
the
sounds
wooden
awesome.
ball psychic.
There's also 5 different endings.
You missed the wooden balls.
We missed
did.
the wooden balls
I
for
did.
4 nights.
Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
So another thing in this game is there are a bunch of arcade machines that you can unlock and fix and play.
Jeff's.
At
Oh,
Jeff's.
I do have one like
You have
thumbnail
Helpules,
spoiler.
don't you?
Huh?
Do you know about Helpules?
I've seen a thumbnail and title of Dawko reacts to Buff Helpy.
Yeah, Buff Helpy made it.
Yeah.
His name is Helpules, like Hercules.
Helpules.
And
Oh,
nobody
that's
pronounced it
nice.
right.
That's
oh,
awesome.
I just put that together.
How are people pronouncing it?
Help.
Helpules or something.
Helpules?
Well, you see the arcade, you don't know that it's
Nice.
a Buff
Well,
Helpy yet. So
It
you're
could
just
be.
like, what
It
the
could
frick
be
is Helpules mean?
Helpules because like wasn't I mean the Greek
It is.
name
It is Helpules,
Hercules.
like
Heracles is it's.
Oh,
Heracles.
Are you thinking of Heracles,
I
which
think
is
I am.
also the
I'm-
E's?
I think I am. I'm stupid. Never mind. Ignore me.
Helpules, like Hercules.
Helpules. Yeah.
Love that. That's hilarious. I want to get this game.
It's so good. Also, there are like difficulty settings, like actual tangible difficulty settings, and basically like a custom
Nightmare
mode. Yeah, I still haven't beaten
Sign me
Nightmare.
up. Sign me up.
Dude. Oh my god, Nightmare mode? Do you want to...
I got to night 5 on Nightmare mode and died.
No!
Because
I saw that.
No, listen, it was so BS because like I saw his figure in the doorway for the kitchen, so I go to the party hallway and he comes from the dining room.
Oh my gosh.
Like how did what?
So
And then-
Inky, you start the game and you have 2 options. You have easy
Okay.
freaking narrative mode, you have normal mode. Then you beat the game and you get I think it's called terrifying. What's the second one called? It's narrative, then it's
Well, no,
something.
it's creepy and then
creepy.
then terrifying and then.
No, I think terrifying's the third one. I think
Should I
terrifying's
just
the third
open?
one.
Should I just open the game and figure this out?
There's
It's
creepy-
like narrative, creepy, terrifying nightmare. I think something like
No, creepy is the narrative.
Creepy is narrative one. Anyways, so easy, medium, then you unlock hard, then you unlock nightmare. And nightmare is a you die, game over.
Yeah, it's a permadeath.
Ooh.
It's hardcore.
Permadeath. Oh my gosh, permadeath in a FNAF game.
Now, I did have a friend who has run. I think I have a friend who beat nightmare mode by cheating. He task managered every time he'd die.
I tried closing the game
It's
whenever I died.
awful. The biggest difference is definitely just how fast Spring Bonnie is. Depending on what mode you're in, he will run really fast. in
Okay,
later
I
ones.
pulled it up. There's creepy, frightening, terrifying, and nightmare.
Okay, frightening is the second one.
Yeah.
The big difference is he will run way faster, and certain hiding spots will not be available
Ooh,
in
okay.
harder modes.
Oh yeah.
Like there's one every few feet in creepy, but then like half of them are destroyed in nightmare,
Some rooms
Awesome.
don't even have any.
which is awful.
Yeah. Also, I know Ozone and I were talking about this. Basically, I felt like this is what Security Breach could have been, where it's like there's a threat that's always moving, always looking for you, and it's very easy to stumble across him. But like you have to escape. You have to hide.
Yeah. It sounds like really counterintuitive because like this is like a pixel mini like it's not a mini game. Sorry, this is like a pixel like everything Like the animation is so smooth, it looks so deceiving as like a game, but it is like a fully fledged game. It is what Security Breach could have been with like the hiding mechanics and the animatronics chasing you. Like it's really well put together.
And
that is awesome.
If the animatronic is too close behind you when you're hiding, you have to play a mini game, otherwise you die.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
And even then, yeah.
I genuinely think this could be the future of FNaF.
Yeah.
Like I think they could do so much with this concept.
Also,
we have Stillwell over here doing the future, and we have them over here doing the past.
Inky.
That would be awesome.
Well, yeah, I guess Frights, yeah.
Inky, you like Fazbear Frights, right?
I love Fazbear Frights.
You would not
You're gonna
believe
love this.
how many references. Like, there were so many times where me and Ozone just paused and started screaming.
I have been going through the textures like for the last day or two.
Doing the good work.
Just getting images, resizing them so they're very clear, and I think I'll drop a few in chat.
I want to tell Inky what when you look at that one arcade machine. I want to tell him that.
I was gonna
Okay.
mention that. Should we say one of them?
Yeah, can we say one of them?
Because it's like speculation as well.
Sure. I don't.
So basically, if you look at one of the arcade machines, Oswald says, "Huh, that's weird. Someone named GGY has a high score in all the games. They must be really good."
Ooh.
So, you know what?
And
That doesn't make sense.
I know!
1985.
Yeah, what are they doing?
Which is
That
why it's a
leads into
reference.
that leads into
Gregory's-
the big
Gregory-
question.
He's very lost.
The big question of what of these Easter eggs are canon important and what are just references.
I made a short about
That's
that.
going to be the biggest issue for
I
a
made a
while.
short
I've just
about
seen on
that.
Twitter. There is actually a closed off ball pit in, I think it's Security Breach or Ruin.
Yes,
I
there
haven't seen
is.
that. I never
And,
saw
and
that.
it's possible that Gregory time traveled. But
No!
It's absurd.
I love that we're here with a non-zero chance. That's
but-
awesome. I really want this game. I wish I had $20 to fork over.
Look at this chalkboard and find an Easter egg in it.
Oh yeah, the
What
chalkboard.
in the Minecraft text are we? Let me look at this.
Find the Easter egg.
The Minecraft text.
It's not-
Inky's
it's
not
not
finding
that
the
hard.
text. He's just verifying they're
It's
all
not
correct.
that
Yeah,
hard.
yeah.
No, I'm not. I'm horrible at math.
Get it.
I
You don't
saw
have
those
to-
numbers.
don't look
I
at the
didn't even
math.
realize they were equations until like a second ago.
Don't look at the math.
39534. Is that the?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
that's
also, this guy was in the trailer, so he's not a spoiler.
Yeah, I saw it. Ozone told me about.
It's a
yeah.
play sign
Yeah, kids that plays
There's our boy.
with the goop below. By the way,
Yeah, there's
So
his-
it's not
there's
just
his
a
Here's a
random-
flesh.
dead possum.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I would love to drop.
Very clean texture rips.
I'd love to drop an Easter egg that I found that I don't think anybody's really like seen because it's like really easy to miss. Here is Bonnie Bull.
What?
Oh, I can see
Look,
with like the
you
two
can
the
see
two
the B,
bowling pins.
And then the bottom four letters are the bull
Oh,
in Bonnie Bull
yeah.
from Security Breach. This is in the intro cutscene where they're driving past the possum.
So does that say WTF?
Yeah, also cheese.
looks like graffiti. Yeah.
Cheese.
Jeez.
Jeez.
And then there is a
Cheese
lot.
is
There is so much. This is probably hands down the most scrapped content in any FNaF game.
Really?
There's so much in the
Even
file.
more than Security Breach.
There is so much scrapped content in the file. Yes, it's not even a joke. This is an Easter egg that doesn't appear in game.
Yeah, the Ella
Wow.
doll.
Okay.
This is an Easter egg that doesn't appear in game.
Eladol. Oh, the pendant.
That pendant does appear, doesn't it? Psychic?
No, it does not.
It does not.
Oh,
It's not what you're thinking.
there is a pendant in the game. I
I
think.
have heard there's like something
Yes.
about Eleanor.
It's not this one though. It's not this sprite.
Okay.
Oh shoot! I just received a gift from Psychic.
Yeah, you're playing.
Oh my
this
gosh.
game.
X.
Hey,
Yeah.
You're playing
I
this
was
game.
thinking about it.
Yeah.
I was considering.
Like as soon as like you started to be like, I really want to play. I was like, yeah, he has to. You know,
Oh my gosh!
Oh, Psychic, you're so generous.
Thank you so much. man.
Everybody, clap. Let's.
no, don't.
That was-
No, I'm just. It's,
That was a real awe moment.
no, it's,
you know,
it's just. I
With the
just want.
applause, everybody with the applause.
So you better stream it today, Inky.
I am in no shape to stream today. I'm still working on recovering from wisdom teeth removal, and
Well,
I
now
look
you
like
have a game to
mess.
play while you do that, so we can talk about it more.
We can talk about how I will experience this game and potentially make it into content after the episode.
Right. But yeah, I there's so many things I want to tell you, Inky, but like they're better experienced by yourself.
Oh, absolutely. Because here's the thing. I do not think I have, at least in the capacity to where I can like buckle down and play a game, I don't think I have ever experienced a FNaF game blind, necessarily.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Because I always just see stuff for it, but like, it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier to, go in fresh when, you've kind of left the community.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I forget if it's either one of my friends or another friend who's going to be my college roommate this semester has a VR and has Help Wanted 2. I still haven't seen anything on Help Wanted 2. So I can play that blind as well. Like I'm so ready to get back into things.
I remember when Security Breach released, someone posted, just sent me a screenshot of the Burn Trap ending. Pissed me
Oh my
off.
gosh, that's
Oh my god.
Yeah. I think when Secret of the Minute comes around, I'm just gonna delete Twitter for a while.
This is probably the longest time I've not looked at Twitter was the 9 hours playing Into the Pit.
awesome.
Also, like, it's been so much fun, like, being, like, one of the first... Like, I played this game, like, as soon as it came out. Like, I was streaming it, like, the instant it came out. So I was able to, like, make all the guides and find, like... And get, like
Yeah, that must be so fun.
It was awesome.
It was such a discovery process along the way. Like, someone found this. How do you trigger that? I found this. You didn't find it.
I love it when games are in like that infancy stage where you can have those moments.
So
Yeah.
like Ozone and I, we got like 2 out of the 5 endings on the first stream, and we could have gotten a third one if we had known to do something the game never told us to do.
Yes, that third one took at least a day to find for some people.
Well, it sounds like a secret ending
I'm
to me.
talking about the 2-star ending.
You didn't do the 2-star?
So
we didn't realize we could
spoil it.
inspect items.
Yeah, the items that you need to inspect, we didn't know we could inspect them.
Oh.
I actually do think it tells you early on. So
You mean like one in your inventory?
Yeah, the one in your inventory.
Okay, that one. I didn't find that one. Someone told me to do that one the same night. I myself found the one you need the gamepad for.
The one you need the gamepad for.
You should know that one.
Like
because I can't be any more specific.
The ending you need the gamepad for?
I can mute or deafen if you want.
You
if
should
you want
deafen.
No, Inky, we have no idea what underscore is talking about.
What? It's an item that you use to get one of those things.
What, arcades?
One of those mini games.
Oh.
Oh my god, bro.
Just. Okay, we'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it later.
Gamepad? What? Okay.
I know you get a gamepad.
The Nintendo Wii U gamepad.
Yes, you use it to unlock secret lore.
I thought you used the gamepad as a. I'll spoil in the chat.
Dude, you guys are crazy.
This is so funny.
And then the third one with the candy, that one took people a while to find.
Oh, the candy one.
The candy one.
Why is that even a thing?
Anyone's disgusting, dude.
Disgusting. Oh my
nobody
gosh,
would know to do that many times to get that to happen.
Ew. Okay, I don't want to know. Well, I will. I will know, I suppose.
Is it 87 times?
I don't know. No, it's disgusting in the fact that you have to do the same thing a lot, Inky. That's why.
I can only imagine.
You have to spam something to get it to do something.
So, to get the 3-star ending on Nightmare Mode, every time I died, I had to do that minigame over again.
Oh, that's awful. I have not gotten the Nightmare ending or the 3-star ending yet.
But anyway, well, I can tell you to get the 3-star ending after the game if you want, after the episode if you want.
I think I know how to do it.
It's really like looking. Oh, that, yeah. Let's not talk about that.
No, it was fine. That's fine.
I like how hey podcast listener, you're just in the dark as I am.
Yeah,
it's okay. It's a normal feeling. We can talk about it.
Okay. But any other thoughts on Into the Pit before we move on to the last interesting thing that happened this week?
Great game. Can't wait for Fetch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
seriously.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
It seems
Kiss-
Mega Cat really knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
Kiss, marry, kill.
Again?
We're doing this again. We're doing this again.
Into the Pit. Help Wanted 2. Ruin.
I'd say Kill
What was the
Ruin,
third one? I didn't hear the
Kiss,
third one.
Help Wanted To, and Marry Into the Pit.
Ooh, wait, this is tough. Hold up.
I do not
That's
have
the only
adequate.
answer.
I do not. I don't. It's interesting that it's very. I don't have enough information to answer that question, but I do think it's very interesting that the one thing I have experienced was pretty good, being Ruin, and that's what you're opting to kill. So
Yeah, I think
dude.
you've actually missed a lot.
Actually, kill Ruin.
Yeah,
Dude,
Mary
has-
wanted
has-
to
has, like-
Inky.
it.
When you play
As-
Help Wanted
as
To,
the-
you will experience
Yeah,
one of
okay.
the most peak minigames that has ever been in this entire series.
You haven't played Help Wanted 2?
I haven't seen anything for Help Wanted to.
I think hands down Help Wanted 2 has the funnest gameplay of any Stillwell game so far.
Interesting.
Funnest gameplay. Maybe the
awesome.
narrative suffers a little, but the gameplay's amazing.
Inky, don't click the spoiler in chat. Everyone else click it, because this is what I'm talking about. He needs to play.
Yes!
Yeah,
Oh my
Inky would
gosh.
love
Oh
that.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Actually, he just needs to do food service, bro. That crap goes crazy.
I just need to play the game.
Yeah,
become a
we need to
minimum
stop.
wage
We need to stop the spoilers. The people
We just-
listening are not going to hear.
Yeah,
about-
exactly.
Don't worry, I'm keeping them company. Hello, guys. I don't know what they're talking about either. It's okay.
Any other thoughts on Into the Pit before we move on?
I think we've exhausted our
All right. So.
seemingly endless praise, and I'm so excited to start it.
I can't believe someone made this.
Right, let's move on.
So, throughout the week, we've been getting a lot of stuff on the FNaF 2 movie.
Ooh.
Oh,
Yes, I have seen a little bit of that.
So, it seems like every day they gave us like a picture of what the animatronics are going to look like. Or works in progress of the animatronics. And then yesterday, 2 days ago, on the 8th, because Into the Pit released early, they gave us 4 screenplays, but only one of them is real.
It's only part of the screenplay, is it? Right?
Well, yeah.
Yes,
it's like
yes,
a page.
a page.
I was gonna say, they're not gonna even if there's 3 fakes, they're not gonna give us the whole.
Well,
movie.
yeah, I meant 3 pages. I meant a page.
Okay.
Of
Gotcha. Oh, where did Arcadendo go?
no clue.
Had a seizure or something.
we lost connection.
in my mouth. I had a stroke.
UK connection, am I right?
British moment.
Um,
But yeah, so what do we?
How does it feel being British, Ozone? Give us your thoughts on this.
Okay.
Oh no,
he's
they're
also
dropping like
gone.
flies.
Oh no! So
Imagine it's because we get news that a nuke has just hit Great Britain and we have no idea.
oh my gosh!
Like,
I was
dude,
also
wait.
offline.
Wait, was that a bit? I can't tell if that was a bit or not. He
Wait.
literally went offline.
Oh shoot!
Oh no, he came
No,
back.
okay, yeah,
it's a bit.
You actually stayed off long enough for us to
They hit the
kinda
UK. We checked the news.
We were they hit the UK. Oh no!
They hit the Pentagon.
Would have been ironic, right?
I was saying imagine a nuke just hit the UK and we wouldn't even know until minutes later when we get news reports.
All right.
So,
So,
Arcadendo's
Can I
computer
continue
crashed
on?
apparently.
in case
so-
I can't rejoin, tell the viewers I love them. Arcadendo loves you guys.
Wholesome moments.
So, wow. So it's the original 4 members.
Yeah.
We're back
We're back.
after all of these.
Oh, you know
years.
what this means?
Still tired.
Oh. Are we doing one last weekly scoop?
We should do it, but improvise and just see what happens.
Oh my gosh!
It's too early in the morning, bro.
it's 2
It
p.m.
is.
It's actually it's like 1 o'clock. It's like
It
noon
is-
for me, but
It's
that's
literally
relevant.
mid-afternoon.
you know,
Alright.
I woke up like an hour ago, so I don't want to hear it. That's
Alright.
absolutely.
And you want to know
morning.
what I don't want to hear? Objections to the weekly scoop.
Okay.
I don't hear any.
Shall we?
Shall we?
Shall we do it one last
Actually,
time?
I don't
Are we-
remember how
Cue
this
the
works.
music!
Yeah, We have to do this for closure.
Closure. It's to help us close the book on that part of our life and all the trauma it brought us and the viewers.
Oh yeah.
This is good for you guys. This is good for you viewers. And if you don't know what we're talking about, congratulations and I'm sorry.
All right. Okay, this time for real. Cue the music.
All right. Let me remember how my voice works. I don't remember any of what I usually say.
You're Walt
Just
Waterman.
do it. Just do it.
do it.
Who am I? Who am I? I've lost my identity. I have, after did I fall into a river? I don't remember. My amnesia. It's acting up. Anyway, I'm Walt Waterman, and welcome back to the Weekly Scoop, where these lovely newscasters give you the latest in Five Nights at Freddy's news. Now, it has been a big week for the Five Nights at Freddy's community, as it has been the 10th anniversary and 10th anniversary of our Weekly Scoop show. As you know, when I was just 9 years old, I died. And so since then, I have been dedicating my life to the news. And it's been 10 years of that, and hopefully another 10 will follow. Just kidding, we're all going to be executed following this broadcast. So, moving on to, I believe, book news is where we're starting. Physics, take it away.
Hello, Mr. Walt Waterman, or whatever your name is. I'm Physics.
I don't remember it either.
We're back again with the book news. Coming up, we seem to have an incoming new Choose Your Own Adventure series, starting with The Week Before, which is a prequel to FNaF 1. And after that, we have another one that's about Into the Pit again. It seems like this Into the Pit stuff is pretty popular. Man, I remember back in my day when the first Into the Pit released.
Physics.
What?
Are you from New York?
Honestly, I have no idea.
It sounds like you're from New York.
Say
Say hi to Marge for me.
Okay. And then after that, we're getting one of Cassie trying to escape the Pizzaplex. So yeah, we're getting lots of cool book stuff. Even though I'm pretty sure Oxygen had the books with the Fazbear Forecast, but I don't know.
Oh, it's my bad. I suffered blunt force trauma to the head to the point where I died. I don't remember a lot of things.
All right. Anyway, back to you.
Yes. Thank you, Physics, with our FNaF book news. Even though I guess that wasn't your role, but next we have Oxygen, who didn't you die? I don't know how you're here, but Oxygen, take it away with I don't know,
Forecast.
some Fazbear Forecast. There's been demos and things. I guess take it away, Oxygen.
Hello everyone, my name is Oxygen, and this is the Fazbear Forecast.
It's raining.
Well, thank you, Oxygen. Thank you for the. Okay. Okay. Well, it is raining. That's your FNaF news. Next up, we have Overline. Overline, why don't you tell us, our on the ground reporter, tell us how the new demos and games are being received by the community. Over to you, Overline.
This is where improv goes to die. I didn't even remember what I did. It's been too long.
This is basically what you did, honestly.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, you always got depressed over the lack of FNaF AR news, which was your specialty.
We had, you know what? Fine. We had a few demos. We had My Flop Goes.
What
is your flop go?
We had The Joy of Creation, which was peak. We had, how can I mix the word flop into 5 laps at Freddy's? 5 flops at Freddy's.
There you go. I had a feeling you'd come to it.
And Into the Pit, which was awesome. And I spent 9 straight hours playing. I'm not okay.
You're not getting paid overtime for it, Overline. Just so you know.
Overline.
Okay, I have a confession that we need to make to our viewers.
Yeah.
We've actually been pretending the entire time. These aren't other people. These are like characters that we've made up.
Ozone, you were supposed to tell them.
You're just up and telling them. Okay.
I
Wow.
can't believe you think
We
yours is that stupid.
we put on voices. Yeah, so
I know this is probably shocking to a lot of you.
Underscore just going.
we're really sorry, but we thought it would be entertaining.
Oh no, guys! Ozone, you shouldn't have said that. I'm looking at our stocks just dropped. People are canceling Twitter.
Dang it! They're canceling. They're canceling their.
Cast.
Are they canceling their subscriptions to the Dark Room podcast?
They are.
Ah, dang it!
They're still also asking Ozone when the last 10 episodes are going up on Spotify.
So this is Oxygen speaking. I run the Spotify's, and basically it will happen soon. Thank you.
Woo!
Well,
Alright.
there you have it, folks.
so
So
we
that
just-
has been this edition of the final weekly scoop, as it is the final week of existence. Alright, I'll be signing off. I'm Walt Waterman, or suppose I was. And, catch you on the flip side. I don't remember if we had a catchphrase, but might as well reference FNAF World.
Alright, I'll
Then
play
we
the
do
music here.
the-
Alright, that was certainly something. Anyone remember how
Wow,
like, there were like two
those guys.
like there were 2 times in season 3 where we had the sneakily whoop instead?
Yeah. And, like, there was new characters or something, because, like, the other ones died.
Yeah.
What an
I
awful
swear, we were the
bastardization
only
of something
ones-
that's already awful.
Yeah, exactly. We were the only ones. I think we were literally the only people.
We were the only ones
But-
having fun. Everyone else
We were the only
hated it.
ones who liked this. The fans hated it. I think
Do I
underscore.
sound like I'm having fun to you?
No, underscore hated it. The fans hated it. It was just
Everybody
us
thought Underscore's character was a character, but it was actually just
three.
Underscore.
When you said you forgot how to like play your character, I was like, no, you're doing great.
This is the real deal.
It's so funny because he was FNAF AR news and every single week we did it, he had nothing to talk about at all.
Yeah, what freaking
Yeah.
FNAF AR news?
That was the meme. That was the meme.
Yeah, FNAF AR, nothing happened this week. Back to you.
So funny. And then Inky would always be like,
It looks like we need to get you a coffee.
It's like I want to end everyone in this room.
Inky was the epitome of you should smile more.
Congratulations. Underscore, would you like to do the honors? I'm going to be handing you the proverbial gun. Would you like to put a bullet in all the heads of the characters?
yes. That has made me think. This is a celebration of Five Nights at Freddy's, but this is also a celebration of Dark Rooms, right? We've come so far, and like I remember where we were all that
Yeah.
time ago. Was it like 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Hold on,
Man,
let me look up when the first episode went up. Hold on.
Like we were just talking about like how Scott retired all those years ago, and like it's crazy to look back. Like I think it was the 7th Fazbear Frights book was just released.
Yeah,
and, like,
yeah. Fazgoos and Fazkazoos.
Like crazy.
It really is. And I'm glad that even though we stopped doing it, I'm glad that we at least have this episode to feel like a finale, even if maybe we come back for like a special episode now and then. This feels good to like send it out on, you know?
How many
Yeah.
did you guys do after I dipped?
Not too many, honestly.
Yeah, we actually.
Okay, I
that's-
kind of killed it.
And that's nothing against Arcadendo.
I
But
really.
we
think,
did kind of lose steam after.
Yeah.
I did kind of kill it off.
I did write you a poem, Underscore. Did you hear that?
It would be really funny and ironic if after all this time I didn't.
Yeah, so
I
funny,
should
yeah.
really go watch that.
I might still have it.
I might have. I
Do you have
probably
an
did.
actual reading?
I probably did, but I forgot it. It's been so long.
You can
Okay.
react to it like an actual personal in-person reading of it. This is
This is
beautiful.
crazy.
Okay. Oh, underscore.
Okay.
Wherefore art thou underscore? Did you fall asleep and not awake? Are you going through your next heartbreak? Oh, underscore. Wherefore art thou underscore? Did you overdose on playground chalk? Did you lose your tonsils, now can't talk? Oh, underscore. Where are you, master underscore? Are you lost in your conspiracies? Do you have touch grass deficiencies? Oh, underscore, leader of FNAF AR law. Did you commit mass murder in a purple suit? Did you find the mermaid far too cute? Oh, __, wherefore art thou _? Did you miss the memo to rise and shine? Thrown off a bridge like overline. But __, please be gone, but please be sure not to lose
Please
the
be
memories here.
gone?
No, you ruined it! Not to lose the memories here, because we truly gave you 2 full years.
Why are you like this?
There you go. I'm just talented.
that was great in some ways.
Really? Really? I did so much work for you.
I said some.
Honestly,
In some ways.
for, like, I know we're talking about the other podcast. Honestly, I think, like, if I were to ever like put like a absolute finished, done, absolutely no more episodes, I'd probably just, like I would do like maybe 2 more episodes and then like do like a live stream of like one last just like discussion with all of us, like just talking about like everything.
I feel like what better topic to end out on than the 10th anniversary with all this content to talk about, you know?
I
Yeah,
guess. I just always wanted to like get to that last, like, because like every other season was 25 episodes, like, and
Yeah, but like 72 is a nice number.
I guess I just always
Here's
wanted.
what I imagine FNaF movie 2 is going to come out, and we could probably talk about that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, probably maybe Secrets
That's
of the
gonna be
Mimic.
that's gonna be
Maybe
that's
Secret
gonna
of
be
the
right
Mimic.
before my last semester of college.
Oh
Is
yeah,
that a good thing or bad thing?
It's just insane.
I entered my
It's
first
just a thing.
semester, I think, right after I left.
but I
I
definitely
think.
want to do other podcast stuff in general. Just maybe not dark rooms in the meantime.
All right.
Yeah,
I think there's a lot of good opportunity out there for some crazy new FNAF content. So many creators popped up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So much is going on.
It feels
I think-
like there's so many new faces that like I'm like I don't know who you are. Hello, I don't really do stuff anymore, but hi.
I don't know if I could put it together, but I think I want to try to get someone to put together a big theorist into the pit lore stream.
I mean,
Because
Psychic
A lot like,
Yeah.
a lot like the old game theories, because I think there's a lot that could just be group discussed about Into the Pit specifically.
Yeah.
I mean, I already have like a setup for that. Like you
True.
you could
I'll
help
talk
me
to
with
some
that.
people, see what's up.
Yeah, I mean, I want to do that anyway. So like, if
Yeah.
you want to if you know people that you want to bring in, like I'd be down for that. Not to
Alright, do we
not to
have-
take
I'll
over your
talk to.
idea. Of
I got a
course.
few people I'll talk to, and we'll see what happens. I just got to figure out who can do it the best.
Before we end this episode, how are we feeling about the FNAF 2 movie? Because we kind of went off the rails when we started.
Saw Withered Foxy, and Withered Foxy is one of my favorite designs, and I'm so happy he looks so cool, and that's all I have to say because I didn't read the screenplays.
I
Boy,
didn't
Bonnie,
either.
wait. We didn't actually talk about the screenplays.
No, we
you just
didn't.
went into the frickin' weekly scoop.
Yeah, we did.
What actually?
Quick,
what
underscore,
actually
shoot
happened?
them!
You didn't actually talk about them.
Hit them dead! Kill them!
Oh my gosh.
Talk about them, or we're out of time.
Hang on. Sorry, the weekly scoop for the first time in what 9 months?
No,
And they
it's
do
longer.
podcast.
Longer.
I expected nothing less of them.
So do we want to actually recap each?
Yes, sure.
script?
Yes, please. I didn't read them.
I'd be down. I didn't either. Did
Who
you?
actually read them? Just me.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Tell us what
Cool.
happened.
Yeah.
Just me. I'm gonna pull them up real quick so I can have a very accurate way. And you know what? Let's in real time, FNAF in real time. Let's
Okay.
have you guys try to take your guesses at what is the real one.
Okay.
Ooh,
Is there,
good idea.
did they do a good job of making it like we don't know, or is there like a clear like this
Yeah,
one's probably the one?
I think there's 2 that are very clearly not real, and I think there's 2 that have a
even
kind of
Manhattan.
chance. So, okay, let's go through them in order. There is, and I'll just summarize them because obviously I'm not reading them right now. So the first one, and I'll note what page it is. Like it has the page number for the script in the movie, so you can see what distance into the movie it would have been,
Mhm.
or you know the pages. That can
Right.
influence your decision too.
Okay.
So, page 1 is Abby hanging out with Toy Chica at the original Freddy Fazbear's Pizza in the storage room. Okay? Vanessa watches through a monitor in pain, and Toy
In
Chica
pain?
is being all kind of like creepy with Abby, and Vanessa's watching, and she's like, "Don't hurt Abby." And then
Naturally.
Vanessa starts talking some Toichika looks at the camera. Vanessa starts muttering some code through the monitor, and Toichika tells Abby a code, which Abby enters into something. I don't know what she enters the code into. She hits the enter key, looks up at Toichika. Toichika nods, click, Toichika's eyes light up, and Toichika says, "You did it, Abby, we are free."
That's page 1?
That is
No
page
way.
25.
Oh, 25. Oh, that's the first
No
screenplay.
way. That's
Yeah, no. Okay.
That's
You-
the
I'm
happiest
pretty
day.
sure. I'm pretty sure if my film school has taught me anything, a page of a script is roughly 1 minute. So there's no way that's like 25 minutes into the movie,
Yes.
if that happens at all.
What, Toichika almost killing Abby but making Vanessa get her free. That is, and also, "You did it, Abby, we are free" from Toichika as a voice line is the most cringe, awful thing I've ever heard.
Incredible. Love
It's
that.
probably not real. I think you guys will agree on that one.
Yeah.
100%.
Okay,
If that's the real
So-
one, I'm gonna lose my mind.
so the next one, which is page 18, we open on the General Everly.
The general.
Okay.
It is the General talking about a U.S. Army military project with a pizza place. Somehow, the U.S. government did some sort of weird funding project where they funded animatronic development for a company called Fazbear Entertainment.
No.
Fazbear was way ahead of any robotics. And yes, whatever you just said having to do with weight, you're absolutely right about. Something about observable effects of unobservable energy exchange. That might have been part of their
This
research.
is just The Boys.
Have
You seen The Boys?
I haven't.
That's what you were gonna say. No, that's not what I thought you were gonna say. So this script, which is page 18 in, is government officials talking about funding Fazbear Entertainment research.
Okay. I just had a
Now, converse
hilarious
while I look something
idea.
up.
I had a hilarious idea.
Okay.
What if these are all real ideas and Scott's like, ha ha ha, some of them are fake, and he's just trying to gather the public opinion on it. Like it's like it's like
Oh.
Twitch saying like we're finally free or something. That's so cringe, and he's like, aha, totally. Just puts it through the shredder like, yeah, haha. Yep, that was a fake one all along.
All right. So, what do you guys think of this one? Is it real?
Love it.
Is it fake?
So real, love it.
I need opinions before I add something.
It's stupid. No.
That's fake. But,
Okay.
I'm getting through these, and I'm like, I'm gonna say all of them are fake, aren't I? And I'm like, what's the better of the worst ones?
So I would like to interrupt with a recap of something from the old Scott Cawthon Reddit post, where he listed the F screenplay, which ended with our protagonist
I was gonna say
in a
it's
secret
familiar.
underground animatronic facility that designed robots for the government.
I was
might
gonna
be
say
a
it sounded
scrap-
so familiar.
This might be a
Well,
scrapped page from the F screenplay.
That's
Oh,
kind of
right,
sick.
yeah.
That's kind
Yeah,
of
for
sick.
sure.
That'd be really cool if it's a scrapped screenplay.
That's interesting.
Yeah. All right, we ready for the third one?
You know, I'm expecting plushies take Manhattan now. Now that we've established that.
So we're ready for the third one.
Yeah.
Okay, this is page 58.
Ooh. Okay.
So
So pretty far
that's-
into the movie.
For him. So it's Abby telling Mike a story, and it seems like she's trying to convey something to Mike, but she's using like a fictional story to do it.
Okay.
Mhm.
She's talking about a story of a little boy who had all these plushies he loved.
Oh no.
Oh.
She's
Oh,
thinking
And
about
they
it.
went to Manhattan.
And then he gets sick with scarlet fever. And
Scarlet fever?
Jay?
he gets so sick he might die, and it's very contagious, so they have to burn all the plushies because they're dangerous.
What?
So Abby has real plushies with her in some way, and she's saying, yeah, these plushies are dangerous too, somebody should burn them, in the same way that they are contagious. And then we cut to Mike in a car at a gas station, and he calls up Vanessa. And he's like, hey, are you working tonight? And she's like, no. And he'll be like, then I'll be over in a half an hour. Wear dark clothing. We've got a job to do. He hangs up the phone, gets out of his car. He is dressed entirely in black. They are breaking in somewhere. That is the end of that page.
That one's more believable.
That
I
is
don't
very
mind that one.
intriguing. I think that one's interesting. I think, and I won't. I'm gonna be presumptuous. I'm gonna have a prediction here. I'm predicting. I don't even need to hear the fourth one. I think that one is the one because it feels very in line with like the object like mysticism that FNaF has kind of gone into with like agony and also like with the drawings in the first FNaF movie.
Yes, it's very much agony plushies. That's what she's trying to convey, is that these
I
plushies are
think-
filled with agony.
That's why I think
would
it
think-
is like probably the real one. That's why I'm locking in on that.
Okay.
I think also it kind of sets up fire, right? And like
Yes,
the fact that fire
that's
might
true.
be the
I
key
think
to ending all of this.
that's yeah.
So I think that could be like exposition for like later on.
Okay.
Very
You guys
believable.
like this
Curious-
one a lot.
Yeah, I like that. I'm curious what the fourth one is though, and if
I don't have anything to add to that one. I don't have anything to add to the ending of that. Let's do the fourth one. This is 4 pages in.
Okay, so
So this is like
pretty early.
start of the movie.
Yeah.
Intro: abandoned Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria and Theater dining room. Continuous. A man and the kids step into the large dining room. Dust shrouded tables, chairs, all that. The man leads the kids to a carousel. He steps up onto it, helping Gemma up after him. Must be one of the kids. Some other kid named Darren. Man reaches for a big red button, hits the button, the carousel turns on. Gemma claps her hands. The carousel's characters are a brown bear, a blue bunny, a yellow chick, a pirate fox, a gator, a wolf, and a hippo. Gemma, let's see, yada yada. We're not here for a ride, he tells the kids. He takes Gemma's hand, he leads her to the center of the carousel. A doorway is set into the hub of the carousel. The man opens it. Beyond the door, a circular staircase descends into darkness. I'll go first. Hang on to the railing. Stay close. The man starts down the staircase. He checks to make sure his kids are following. They are. That's it.
Okay, this is that's some fourth closet type stuff.
Yeah.
Underground place built into a carousel.
I thought it was for a second. I thought it was gonna go like the save them murders route, and I was gonna be like, oh my gosh, are they gonna open with that? Like, okay, it had me in the first half. I thought it was gonna be maybe like this is one of the murders. Like he's gonna take him into the back. Like we're probably not gonna see anything, but it's gonna be implied. But it kind of lost me towards the end. I think it was the first two sound pretty obviously fake. This one sounds convincingly fake.
Okay.
Like I think he wrote it either. I mean, maybe it's a scrapped one from another screenplay. I don't know, but it reads to me like he put those elements of like the novel trilogy in there, kind of vibes, to try and kind of be like maybe it's this. Like this is something we're kind of used to. I'm still heavily leaning the third one.
Any other comments?
I think it's either the third or fourth.
I agree.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's so. I introed with. There's two that are very obviously fake, and there's two that could be, but there's one that's like a big leading one.
Mm-hmm.
The last two are closer, but then yeah, I think a lot of people agree. The first two are obviously fake. The fourth one's weird, and then the third one is probably the real one.
Yeah.
I think, put it this way, I would like the third one to be real.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is a scrap screenplay. There's not a lot of them that talk about underground. There was a ghost hunting one in Freddy's.
Okay.
There was the Casty screenplay, Pawn Shop, where the animatronics are outside the pizzeria, Silver Eyes, Random Charlie screenplay, F screenplay, which was the government. And then there was the Insane screenplay, which was another Ghost Tracker variation that involved Funtime animatronics. This is the only one I could ever find something underground for. Underground ball pit tunnels and marionette out for revenge.
Interesting.
That could be this one or not. That's the only other one that says something about being underground.
Interesting.
I think the third one's the real one, and the fourth one is not.
I think it tracks the most with what we've seen is Scott's writing style when it comes to the lore in the movies.
I've also heard the fourth one might be an if, like I think Jordan Peele's If reference, but I can't confirm that. I haven't seen the movie.
Gotcha.
So that one might be referenced to another movie.
Cool.
That's it. Those are the 4 screenplays.
I think that's also everything to talk about for FNaF's 10th anniversary.
I'm excited for the second movie. It's very interesting that they like dropped a release date. So like they're already like
Confident.
working on it. Yeah, as we could see with the animatronic stuff. But yeah, I'm excited for it.
What a crazy week.
And I think this week, obviously, the main goal to celebrate FNaF. I think if it had a secondary goal of bringing people back in, I think it's worked on me.
I mean, you're going to play Into the Pit and help 1 and 2, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I sure am.
Well, it's a shame Arcadendo can't be here for the end, but I'm sure, once again...
Like you said, he gave you guys a message.
Yeah.
So
tell the viewers he loves you. And I guess if you're watching this, thanks for the support, like, on the Dark Rooms podcast. It's been amazing.
It has been an amazing ride.
Yeah. Like you said, might come back for big announcements, but no promises.
So consider this the last episode, and anything else will be like post-credit scenes.
Yeah, but I have talked about wanting to do other kinds of podcasts. If you like this kind of content, still subscribe because you might see some of that in the future. I don't have anything else. Do any of you guys have anything else you want to say?
I don't think so. I think that's about everything. You should check Twitter and see what Ozone reposted.
You should subscribe because I'm really close to 1,000.
I think from me as well. Thank you so much to everybody for watching. I think it's been a fun ride. Let's. It's here's to the future.
Yeah, there's still a lot more coming. So.
There's a lot of cool stuff coming from here.
I just got my new avatars.
Before we end, want to just like say what you guys are doing on your channels?
Nothing. I have not uploaded in a year.
Can you do more Wobble Dogs, please?
Maybe. We'll see.
Ozone, what have you been up to lately? Like, what's in for you for the immediate future?
So I have literally just gotten a new flat last month. Or I say new flat, but I've moved into my own flat, so it's like, yeah. So I'm not with my parents anymore, so therefore I have a lot more time to do like things with Americans and a lot more time to make videos in general.
Awesome.
So I'm going to be making more videos, and yes, I have one in the pipeline about Midnight Motorist, and I think 5 laps at Freddy's might have ruined it, but whatever.
Oh no!
What?
Yeah.
How could anything?
We didn't actually talk about that.
I don't want to get too much into it, but basically the car is called Midnight Motor, and it's purple, and there's a Spring Bonnie thing on the back, so people are saying that it's William Afton, and I don't think it is, but whatever.
I was waiting for the game to release, and I think I am still kind of convinced with the fact that it's not gone yet.
It's intentional.
I think even like the text on the car that said like, "Oh yeah, the car used by the killer in Midnight Motorist."
Yeah. But oh well. But yeah, that is coming up, and I have a lot of things planned, and I'm very excited.
Underscore, what are you up to?
I have, been on and off. I put out a Didophobia audiobook, which is a very fun, long project. I put out a Burn Trap video, which I think was probably my favorite thing in a long time. And I just dropped a Golden Freddy video, which was probably killed by Into the Pit. So that was fun. I'm just
at least it got killed by something worth talking about.
Yeah. I'm just dropping these 10 to 20 minute lore theories and trying to get hype drummed up, like get views up from them using shorts to promote them.
Sweet.
So just random theory stuff here and there. I'd love to collaborate with more theorists in the future. I've got a few people I'll probably appear on their streams in a bit.
And I guess for me, sorry, I thought you were done. I'm so sorry.
No, I'll be done.
And for me, I think until they stop performing well, I'll keep making some shorts on Into the Pit, just because they've actually been kind of fun to do. Videos I'll be working slowly on the S&P stuff, because we got a lot of fun story stuff coming on and some big projects with that. But then mostly I'm going to be streaming a lot of FNaF games, also just a bunch of variety games and just games with a bunch of other YouTubers, and because that's always fun to just do like multiplayer games and just like interact with other people. I really enjoy that stuff, and of course there'll be like FNaF discussions, theory debates, everything. So yeah, I feel like that's stuff. I got a lot of it coming.
Awesome.
I think it's good because you do like bring a lot of the community together in some ways or some ways or another. But
I think it's really funny. Like just the other day, like I got a notification that someone mentioned me in their video. Like, and this person I've never interacted with before.
Nice.
Had seen the FNaF theory debate, the second one, and like used the clip and talked about how like it kind of like inspired them and stuff, and like
That's
bringing
awesome.
people together and like just having
the legacy of the.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's directly the legacy of the podcast, but it's like we're still doing stuff.
Yeah.
And this video is going to bring you over a K. I'm telling you.
I think I could hit it today. Like let me check again. I keep refreshing.
That's awesome.
I'm 4 away. I'm 4 away.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've seen Underscore's been getting some
Yeah.
pretty hefty sub counts.
Some shorts really help.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
I
yeah.
posted I already posted
Yeah.
like 3 today. I had them scheduled like for a few hours apart just to keep it going because they're just easy to make.
Nice.
But yeah, I definitely do want to continue doing stuff with more FNaF YouTubers, just in general. Like even like if they're like even if they're like smaller YouTubers, because like I see a lot of people like, oh, like I want to get all the big people. I'm like, no, like I want to have fun with like my friends and stuff. So like I don't really care about that kind of thing. So it's just fun getting a bunch of people on just talking about FNaF like without worrying about views and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, if we cared about views, this podcast would have been on Ozone's channel, not mine.
yeah.
So probably would have been a lot shorter.
Yeah. Oh, like happiest day.
Okay, bro.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't
I will have you
necessarily.
That was shared half and half between me and Underscore.
I do still have that, and I think it's unlisted right now.
I
was
have
so
it
long
listed too.
Yeah.
We should watch it and like react to it. Or
Oh my
something.
gosh, we totally
How
should.
cringe it is.
Oh my gosh! Remember we had extra dark rooms? I completely forgot about that.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Don't remember
we should
that.
do some streams where we react to like our past.
Yeah. Remember the diss track saga?
Ozone reacts to his criminal.
Oh my
record.
god! Can we react to the diss track?
No, mine was
Oh my
trash.
gosh, the
Mine
diss
was-
track.
mine was trash.
I think this is becoming a conversation for
Psychic.
off the hours.
Schedule.
Okay.
Let's finish strong here.
Thank you
Close it
guys for watching this episode of Dark Rooms podcast. There, like, no promises. There might be next time. There might not be. But if there is, we will see you guys next time. This has been Psychic, Ozone, Inky, and Underscore. And we will see you guys later. Bye bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Peace.